It's not letting me go live. Oh, shit.
You're watching Blunt Politics with Boston Brian.
Welcome back, everybody. I think it's episode 27 of the Blunt Politics podcast. That's crazy to think about. So right off the bat, something that I'm horrible at, that I'm trying to get a little better at. I would like you guys, if you haven't yet, to hop out, hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. If you've been watching for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click the button with the finger. It's easy. You don't have to do anything. And if you like to comment, hop in the chat. Some beautiful people in the chat. For some reason, I'm not up on Twitch. I think you guys heard me when I said it's not letting me go live. So a little background action. Twitch is down. I'll see if I can fix that in a second. But just wanted to come in and say hello to you guys. What's happening? Yeah, 119 likes. There's more people in here. We should get more likes on that. So I'm really bad at the self-promotion thing. It just feels really pretentious. But if I am going to turn this into what I hope to be a career someday, then I'm going to be ultimately a business, which is going to have to make money to cover everything. And then obviously, so I can pay my bills would be fantastic if I could do that. So I don't like doing it, but please, there's patreon.com/Boston Brian. There's also a join button underneath me. We can become a channel member for like $2 a month. I think it's $1.99. It's really helpful and beneficial to channels like myself. Like I said, I don't really like doing this stuff. You can grab shirts like this. Stop pretending your racism is patriotism and others just like it at getdemshirts.myshopify.com. Producer Mel has some fucking fantastic designs on there. I love wearing them. They're fantastic. Get the message out. People don't even have to say anything, but they are conversation starters if you want them to be. Tony, let's go. That's what I say. Hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. So today we're going to be a little more free-flowing. We do have some show notes to talk about. So let me get into that because, it's football season coming up. And because Burke, thank you, brother. Let's go, B. You're doing an amazing job. Come on, peeps. Support this up-and-coming star. I don't know about a star. We don't have to be stars. I thank you so much, Burke. I appreciate the sentiment, but not just want to be informative and helpful and entertaining and, one of the peeps. That's all. So I appreciate your support for this channel. Been here a long time. Been a friend a long time, and I thank you so much. So long with Mom's Ruth. Thank you so much. Let's fucking go. You guys are fantastic. And like I said, it's not something that I'm used to doing. I don't really like doing it. As you probably can tell, but it's something that has to be done, unfortunately, if you want to keep a channel like this going and growing at the same time. So it's up to you guys. If you like me enough to be here, if you like me enough, you keep watching, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, the free stuff helps immensely, just as much, if not more than, coming out of pocket if you're in the position to do so. So that's out of the way. Oh, the show notes. So again, because I'm an idiot and didn't really think this whole thing through, being not a YouTuber myself to begin with. We made the show directly at the same time that the football games are starting on the East Coast here on Sunday. So what we're going to do, let me see if this is here yet. See if I can find this for you guys. What I'm going to do is for the time being, because I also have something in the background that I'm waiting on that will, affect the time and changes and availability that I will have to do a show. So I don't see it in there, Mel, but anyways, I'll be moving the show to 2 hours earlier, basically. So I'll be finishing the show at Sunday at 1 a.m. I know it's not going to be great for the people on the West Coast in the earlier time zones. That's not going to be permanent. Hopefully I will figure out what I really would like to do is 2 shows a week at 2 hours apiece, instead of 1 show at 4 hours. I know it's a long time to sit and discuss politics. You guys have better things to do on a Sunday afternoon. So I don't want to keep you that long, especially in the mods. I appreciate you guys. I know this started off as what was supposed to be a 2-hour show to begin with, and it just crept and kept getting longer. But the news, it's hard to cover everything, as you guys know, in a single show in 1 week. There's just so much going on. It's almost impossible. So I'll be moving it to 2 hours earlier. So 11 a.m. Eastern time, my time. Hopefully finishing just around the football when the football starts, so you guys can catch your games and stuff like that. And then hopefully sometime in the near future, moving to a couple permanent shows at 2 hours, if that works for the mods and stuff. If we can get that set up. If you guys will support that, obviously. It all depends on you guys. It's when you will watch, what you will watch, how you'll watch it. And like I said, it's more of a podcast form, so don't worry about it if you can't catch it live. It helps just as much if you watch it later and then leave a comment on it, like it, and subscribe and all that stuff. It's a fantastic help. We've hit 7,000. I don't know if I've thanked everybody for that. That's a huge goal for me. I'm not aiming to be a 20 million subscriber YouTube channel. I want to grow in small, real increments of actual people that actually care about the show and actually care about the country and actually are involved in politics. And I know doing 1 show a week, the growth is only going to come so much. So usually when I do the show, a lot of people subscribe, which is fucking fantastic. And then, during the week, nothing really happens because I'm not there. So what I would like to do in the future also is have either myself or somebody cut down the clips of the show, because I think that would be beneficial to have, smaller sections and smaller portions of the show out there for people to watch that don't really have the 2-hour, time span in their in their schedule. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much. And I know I'm probably missing people sitting here chatting that have contributed. If you don't know, at the end of the show, I do recognize everybody that contributes to the show, whether it's donating memberships or, your milestones for how long you've been a member, or super chats or super thanks, anything like that. Usually if you hit the Venmo, which is up in this region right here, you can take a picture with your phone, send me $1 or $2 for a Gatorade. I'm not a coffee guy, but whatever. You get the gist of it. So usually it pops up on my phone and I can thank you here. But Joanna, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. You've been here for a long time as well. And I appreciate people that come back. That's really how at least a few people care about what's going on. Is the return people. And you can see it in the numbers. I'm not a huge YouTube studio guy looking at charts and numbers and I'm not big on that. I honestly, somebody had to tell me that we reached 7,000 subscribers. Really not the most important part of that. Texas Paul. Who's yelling Texas Paul? Is he on now? I hope I'd see it. I always feel bad. I feel like I'm stepping on somebody's toes when I do a show. That's another thing too, because there's so many great creators out there, and everybody's got different times, and you don't want to be stepping on somebody else's show. You know what I mean? So I try my best to try to pick a time, but yeah. So that's out of the way. Just a reminder, I think that's going. So we'll do that next week because the football starts next week. So, thank you, Tracy. Paul just ended. All right, so it works out. What I'd like to do is, if I could get on in between Hal's shows during the week. He's got a morning and an afternoon show. So if I could do something in between those shows. He'd like a Monday and a Friday show, and then he's on, I go on, and then when I come off, he's doing his afternoon show, or you get some time in between. So that would be ideal. Again, like I said, I don't want to be stepping on anybody's shows. Yeah, Philip's show is on right now. I think his is pre-taped, so I don't think it's like I could be wrong. Don't let me. I don't want to speak for him, but I think it's a pre-recorded episode that goes out live on the same time. So that's also something that you can catch at a later date. But support everybody. But like I said, I always tell you, and I think you guys see me in other channels, right? Like I gift memberships in Hal's chat. Now I'm gifting memberships in the Midas Touch chat. I'm there donating to the channel. So it's like the money that comes in here directly goes out to other content creators in my space that I know of, that I support. Jesse Dollamore, David Packman, those people. I know you might not agree with everything these people say, but that's not what we're here for. You're not here to agree with everything everybody says. You're here to get information, and I enjoy getting the information from people like that. So it all goes in a big circle. That's what it is. So I support other people. You guys support me. We all grow. Like Hal always says, a rising tide lifts all boats, and I love it. So I'm with it. And, any way I can help any other creators, I'm here for it too. Terpy, what's up, my brother? Appreciate your support. Roxanne, how are you? LWD, thank you for being here. Appreciate you very much. Let's see. Independent, Nancy, Mozart, Texas, Blue Bonnet, Tom, Paul, Andrea, Cobalt, Chris, let's go. Susan, how are you? Diane, let's go. Trina Minor, let's go. Play every day. Hi, from Seattle. Let's go. I thought Seattle was gone. Didn't Seattle burn down? No? All right. I guess you can't listen to everything you hear from the All right. So what else do I got here? Let's see if guarantee I'm missing something. Guarantee I'm missing something. I did the self-promotion. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to get into in the beginning. Keep thanking everybody. Appreciate you guys. Lots going on. So we have, as typical in war, you have things to be happy about or things to celebrate, as you have the same time as you have things that are not things to celebrate, that are not going well for you, and that kind of is a cause for concern. So that's exactly what's going on right now between Ukraine and Russia, as Ukraine continues to, it has slowed in the last few days, their advance into Kursk. But I think that might be because they don't want to overextend themselves. There's a chance where you can get too far ahead of your supplies, and then if Russia were ever to gain their footing, it wouldn't be a good situation. But they have also, in the last few days, surrounded a group of Russians, which is not looking good for that group of Russians. But like I said, at the same time, that down in the Donbass, near Pokrovsk, they're losing ground, and it's happening in a much more rapid way than we've seen in the past. I think General Sursky, what he wanted to have happen with the incursion into Kursk, he wanted to then have the Russian military take troops from the Donbass area, from that specific region, to then help and support with the defense in Kursk. That didn't happen. Russia ended up taking soldiers from different areas of the front. Again, not saying they did it to any great effect, but it just didn't have the Ukrainian plan didn't have the desired effect that it wanted, so to speak. They have seen great successes. I think they've taken over about 100 settlements. I think they have around, 1,500 square kilometers, which is roughly 500 square miles still of territory. What's up, Slacks? Appreciate you, brother. Love to you and Mel. Love to all my fellow Bryantologists. Let's go. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Another OG. Thank you, Slacks. Like I said, you guys keep this channel going. So, Slava Ukraine, you guys always keep supporting. Where is he? This guy and the people behind him. Because not only is it in their best interest, but it's also in the best interest of the American people. Thank you, Deanne. Let's go. Happy 53 to me today, and happy Labor Day to y'all. Thanks for what you do. I'm going to Nerd Halen in Seattle on Thursday. Well, let's everybody give a big happy birthday to Deanne. Let's see what I got for you, Deanne. Let's see what I got for you. I know I had a lame one, but let's see if this one's a little better. Can you hear this one?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, Happy birthday to you.
Yay. Well, happy birthday, Dan. I hope you have a wonderful time at Nerd Halen. Please give Hal my love. Tell him I said thank you for everything he does, and I hope you meet some more people that you know in the chat. I'm sure there's going to be a few more people there that you can meet up with. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. So everybody in the chat, let's give it up for Deanne. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. I know. It's cute. I thought it was cute. I like it. Sorry, my show. That's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna work. But yeah, so we got not only that, but the big story of the week, obviously, is I almost don't want to talk about it because it pisses me off so much. I know I still haven't figured out this Twitch situation. See if I can. An error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. I've already done that. I'm not going to keep doing that. All right. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. Not a big deal. If you're usually watching on Twitch, hop it over to YouTube, hop over to Twitter, hop over to Instagram. You can watch it there. Just nothing I can control at the moment. But yes, the big story of the week, obviously, Donald Trump's debacle at Arlington National Cemetery, Section 60, the most sacred of sacred spots for the United States military and soldiers that have sacrificed everything for, freedom, democracy, and to better this country. Again, like I said, it's almost something I didn't want to bring up, but obviously the story's too big not to talk about because it's just so infuriating that you would think let's take out for a moment Donald Trump's. Let's take out the whole Arlington debacle. Let's take that out right now. Just what we've seen from him in the past, right? On what planet, on what day, with what weather could you tell me that Donald Trump in any way has respect, shows dignity or compassion for, or has any understanding whatsoever of what a U.S. service member goes through or sacrifices, especially in a time of war, especially in a combat zone? And that's before this whole thing. And listen, I don't blame the family. I know it's kind of maybe an unpopular take, but I don't blame the family for inviting them. Listen, they lost their family member, gave their lives for this country, whatever their beliefs may be, right? So their family has the right to invite who they want, but that does not mean that they have the right to disrespect the policies, the rules, and the regulations set forth at Section 60 by the United States military, right? He can go there and show his support. He can do what he wants. He can comfort the family, whatever, but the pictures don't come out. You don't make a fucking TikTok about it. You don't then blame the families in a later interview, and we'll get into Donald Trump's sit down where he looks just absolutely pathetic. He also did an interview with, I think it was, is it NBC? I think it was NBC, where he doubles down and blames the family, basically tries to say he has no idea who put these videos out or where they came from. Just a load of horse shit. Just one of the most disrespectful acts you will probably see in the history of this country. And to have it come from a former, as much as it pains me to say, a former president of the United States of America makes it just that much worse. Okay. To make this a political stunt is exactly what you're not supposed to do. That is the whole purpose intended for those rules. Hold on. See here. Hold on. Lucia. My 4-star uncle buried there deserves respect, not an anti-American ass who calls vets suckers and losers. Can't say it any better than that. You really can't say it any better than that. And then let's see this. How about this? Now why don't we get into this? I'll get into we'll get into him defending it. Why does that pop up? I don't understand. So I'm gonna do this. I gotta stop instructing out loud as I do this and just do it. All right, so we put it into the chat so you guys can see it. Add to stage. Let's see, yeah, do this one. And then I'll change the background because I'm doing it on the fly. Wow, okay. Oh, it's a commercial. Right.
Former President Donald Trump back in the battleground state of Michigan, making his first public comments about the controversy over his visit to Arlington National Cemetery earlier this week.
I was asked to go there.
All right, first off, right off the bat, to stand there literally on the graves of fallen soldiers with a smile on your face, doing a thumbs up, while the people in the background give you the horns. Like literally the girl in the direct and the lady in the back too with the tat. I mean, there's just something just oddly ridiculous and not. I don't even know the words for it. I really don't. But I don't want to say it's not normal. It's just not normal, right? You usually go there in sorrow, in you're not depressed, but you're saddened. You're in a state of trying to recognize the fallen person in your family. You know what I mean? You're not there to I don't know. Maybe I'm not here to speak for the families and what they should feel, but I'm just, maybe in my opinion, that's what I would feel. I would feel sorrow and empathy and sympathy and not smiles and thumbs up. That's just it's kind of ridiculous. But let's see what he has to say about his act, because the news reporter does she catches him in one.
There by people who lost their child because of Biden and Harris, because their pullout was so bad of Afghanistan. They lost their child. And all of a sudden I hear that somebody that I have no idea who it is got into an argument with somebody else at the...
Again, just total lack of accountability. This is the man that's supposed to run and control everything in all of his countries with companies, with all of his properties. He's supposed to be the man that you turn to, right? He controls, he's got his fingers on everything, but somehow he doesn't know the people that he's with. How many people did he go with? How does he not know? It's ridiculous.
The cemetery about pictures being taken. I took them at the request of the families, and I'm very happy I did.
I'm not even sure. We could go and read the exact policy if we want. And again, this is so big that the United States military, the U.S. Army, put out a statement, which she'll go on to talk about here, which typically not something you see, which is somewhat unprecedented. Not only that, but we did hear that this also made it into some of the Army's training regiments and what they talk about and the PR and stuff like that. So this is a growing story that is widespread and has pissed off not only veterans, but veterans that were going to vote for Donald Trump, that were just all in for Trump. I've seen TikToks, Instagram posts, Facebook posts of men and women post past military that were going to vote for Donald Trump that are now just literally making songs about how they're not going to vote for Donald Trump now. So again, just a total misstep by this guy. And, if he had a real PR team or a brain or Fred Willman had some great insight. If you watch Vote Vets, if you go to Vote Vets on YouTube, they have a great discussion between Fred Willman and the other gentleman's name is escaping me at this time. He was a star in the 80s and 90s. I'm forgetting his name. Somebody will have it in the chat because you guys are always smarter than me. From what I got, he was a past military member, but I could be wrong on that. But he was very, very involved in helping vets and running. He said he was running 5Ks and for charities and stuff like that. Does anybody have the name of the guy? I feel bad. It's Fred Willman. It wasn't Ken Harbaugh. I know Ken Harbaugh. This guy was he's an actor. He's a child actor. I don't want to say child actor. That seems rude. He's an actor. Probably more famously known for his work back in the day. Was he the one in the Goonies? Was he the main dude in the Goonies? Am I wrong on that one? I could be way off. Usually the chat knows. Sean Astin. Is that his name? Is it Austin or Astin? I don't want to get it wrong. Thank you, Sherry. Yeah, not Scott Baio. What the fuck? Fred Willman is not talking to Scott Baio. And if he does, it wouldn't go well for Scott Baio. But yes, I believe that's his name. Is it Austin or Astin? It is Astin. Okay, thank you. All right, Sherry. I wasn't doubting you. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, great conversation had. They also have probably a few other discussions on it because it's that big of a story. It's that impactful and it's that disgusting. It really is. And as somebody that, again, studies World War II and is passionate about, military strategy and the sacrifices that people that join the military make, and what it means for their families and what their time in war is actually like, when they're not fighting, when they're just trying to live and survive, the little nuances that everybody has in not decorating their space, but creating it so it feels as much like home as possible. The respect that you should have for these people, right, just goes way beyond. Yes, that's another thing. Somebody said his mother was in the Addams Family, Cruising for a Bluesin', and then somebody else said he had another family member in another famous show, if I'm not mistaken, which is a pretty cool history line for actors. It was some pretty good shows. But yeah, let's go on. Let's see what this douche knuckle has to say.
Statement today, an Army spokesperson said that Defense Department regulations, quote, clearly prohibit political activities on cemetery grounds, and that a cemetery employee was, quote, abruptly pushed aside when trying to ensure adherence to those rules.
Even if it stops there, it's incredibly disrespectful. It's a big story. Why the hell is anybody having any confrontation with anybody at Arlington National Cemetery? A place of mourning, a place of respect, dignity, and honor. Again, woo boy, with this again. If there's anything that makes me want to build a brick wall to kill time and then immediately run through said brick wall, it's shit like this. It really is.
We lost 13 great.
And this is the TikTok put out by, look at real Donald Trump. I'll make it bigger. See, I'll even take myself away. Up in the left-hand corner of the screen, at real Donald Trump right there. So his campaign, his TikTok, right? So he can't say, oh, I don't know who did that. I have no idea. But let's see what he does try to say. Thank you, JD. You guys are fucking fantastic. A donation on behalf of Flowers for Pooh and the other crybaby trolls. Well, we got a couple in there. Let's welcome them. Like I said, try to get through. Try to get through. Let's not get angry. Let's not get frustrated with them. And again, if the trolls are just disagreeing with us, but they're disagreeing in a way that's not violent or homophobic or disrespectful or spamming the chat, then they have every right to be here as everybody else, and we welcome them. You never know who you could turn. You never know whose mind you could change at any point. So again, seeing this, if you're just watching, if you're new to this, welcome to Blunt Politics. I'm Boston Brian. I appreciate you joining me. What we're watching now is the most disrespectful act from a former president that I've seen in my life, besides maybe in 2017 when Donald Trump's team had. There's emails to prove that Donald Trump's team wanted the USS John McCain, a ship named after John McCain, his father, and I believe his grandfather. He wanted that hidden from sight on a 2017 trip to Japan because he didn't want to see it. We all remember his remarks about John McCain where he made fun of his arm. He talked about not liking soldiers that were captured. He liked soldiers that weren't captured. He said John McCain wasn't a war hero. John McCain was shot down in Vietnam, spent time in the Hanoi Hilton, had the ability to leave, but didn't. This man is an absolute war hero. Rest his soul, and deserves the respect of that. I may disagree with 99% of his politics, but that does not take away anything from his service to this country. Absolutely not. And again, that clip when he is giving an interview and a woman is trying to denigrate Barack Obama for not being an American, and he cuts her off and he sets her straight, is probably one of the most telling clips of John McCain's character, which, I could put out there. But, many things that you could talk about where, the suckers and losers quote, the man didn't go to the graves because he didn't want to get his fucking hair wet. Talking about why do these people do this? What's in it for them? Many things, many examples that you could talk about that are, each one of them should disqualify you from holding office in this country, and should absolutely disqualify anybody, especially a past service member, for voting for Donald Trump. I mean, it's craziness. But this is the TikTok that was put out from the moment.
great people.
The campaign on Tuesday posting this TikTok, highlighting video of Trump's visit, laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, then posing among grave sites with family of service members killed in the attack at Abbey Gate in Afghanistan. Should your campaign have put out those videos and photos?
Well, we have a lot of
Should your campaign have put out those? It's against, but there's no, that's a dumb question to begin with. And I apologize. I'm not trying to take any shots at the reporter there, but don't ask if he should have. Tell him that he shouldn't have, right? That's how I would handle that. Don't ask if he should. You know he shouldn't have. Why ask if he should have?
people. You know, we have people, TikTok people. You know, we're leading the internet.
What?
Videos and photos?
Well, we have a lot of people. You know, we have people, TikTok people. You know, we're leading the internet.
But all
Leading the internet. Okay.
on that hallowed ground, should that they have put out
I don't
the
know what
images
the rules
of
and
those?
regulations are. I don't.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. I can guarantee you, if for some reason you had gone through 4 years of being president of the United States and commander in chief of this country, of our armed forces, and somehow don't know the rules and regulations, especially in Section 60, the most sacred of sacred spots, you have something wrong, right? And if you didn't know going in there, after the confrontation, I can guarantee you knew after that. I can guarantee you after the altercation, somehow somebody communicated to you what the altercation was about and that you should not be filming. After that, you went on to film. So no excuses. No fucking excuses.
I don't know who did it, and it could have been them. It could have been the parents.
Now this is where he blames the families. Like, oh my geez. Oh geez. Like, how do you dig a hole any deeper, Donald? Somehow the man that has never done any fucking physical labor in his life manages to dig the holes as deep as fucking possible for himself. I mean, if there was a playbook on how to make this situation worse for himself, that's how you do it. You blame the family. Maybe the families did it. Maybe the families got control of my fucking campaign, my actual physical TikTok, and they somehow downloaded their information and their videos onto my fucking TikTok. No, it doesn't seem plausible to me, sir. Doesn't seem fucking plausible.
Could have been somebody.
It was your campaign.
Could have been somebody. Yep, who knows? Who the fuck knows? I don't know who has cameras. Who's following me? The Secret Service has no idea who's around me. It's not like they have a list and it's not like they have an exact list of the times, dates, entries, and exits of people that are in the vicinity of Donald Trump and former presidents of alike. You know what I mean? It's not like they know. I guarantee there's a fucking sheet somewhere where they know exactly who's around.
It's TikTok though that put out the
I
video.
really don't know anything about it. All I do is I stood there and I said, if you'd like to have a picture, we can have a picture.
Again, yes, but after you were told that you should not be taking pictures, that's the whole fucking point of the story. So you saying that is just mumbo jumbo gobble bullshit. Doesn't mean nothing. Means absolutely fucking nothing.
The former president also reflecting on the assassination attempt against him in Butler, Pennsylvania. I wonder, having come so close, do you feel safe these days?
It was
so lucky that teleprompter hit me in the ear. Because if it was the bullet, there'd definitely be a mark or something or a piece of the fucking ear missing. But nothing. Thank God it was the teleprompter. But anyway, this bastard, that's what he had to say there. Again, blaming the families. Actually, hold on. 1 second. 1 second here. See, I'm going to play that just a little more. I think there's one more stupid thing.
incredible that happened, that I was turned at that percent,
I
that
don't care about
bad
that.
things would have happened. So I view it.
Yeah, I don't care about
Somebody wants me to take care of our country, which is failing so badly.
The former president also suggesting first to NBC News if he were reelected, fertility treatments would be covered without giving specifics on how.
Under the Trump administration, we are going to be paying for that treatment. So
Now, can Lol Timu, can you explain to me how that works? How is Kamala responsible directly for the tragedy, the loss of life at the Afghanistan withdrawal? Can somebody explain that to me? Just curious. I mean, does anybody not know that when you have a plan, especially in a time of war, the plan usually goes out the window when the first bullet is fired, when the first shot is fired? You could have the most well-laid plan. Sometimes it goes to plan. Sometimes it does. But guarantee there's fucking some things that change, and there's some yeah, acclimated. I don't know if the one we're watching today is that one, but I'll see if I can pull up that clip because I don't know what that means. And the fact that he said acclimated twice, like he was so sure that that was a word. He fucking thought he nailed that one. Acclimated. What a dumb son of a bitch. All right, so let me see. I think he says something. I'll 2 more seconds of this. I'll take it off of it.
We are paying for that treatment,
All
or
Americans
we're going
who want it?
all for all Americans that get it, all Americans that need it. All right, Doc.
Right after he's just continued. The evangelicals aren't too happy with Donald. The evangelical section of his base ain't too fucking happy. He's kind of getting it from both sides, like the Republican military vet base, the evangelical base that is not happy that he flip flops and he doesn't like the 6 weeks down in Florida, and he wants the states to decide, but he doesn't want the states to decide. He wants women to be punished, but he doesn't want women to be punished, and yet he talks about Kamala Harris flip flopping. I don't, because her policies have somewhat molded over the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. You know what I mean? Which typically a human being does as the world changes, as the circumstances changes, as the situation changes. I think it's pretty good to, grow as a person and to change your aspect on, your outlook on things, which, as we know, Donald Trump has not changed since he was probably, I'm going to give him a 12-year-old brain, maybe 13, somewhat in there. Woman, camera, TV, camel. You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, anybody, this is not a man that, let's see here. What do we got? This is not a man that went past a fucking 6th grade learning level.
When Koreans fall down after a short period of time, about 18 months, they become very dry. They become really like a matchstick. And they get up, there's no more water pouring through. And they become very, very, they just explode. They can explode.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works, which he learned in science class nowhere ever. You know what I mean? Does this sound like a man that, studied history at all? Is this a history buff, you think?
Our army manned the airports. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
It did. It definitely. We had airports back then that were in desperate need of being taken over. No. How about this one? This is definitely a history.
Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable. I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch.
I feel like that's probably word for word the response you would get if you asked some 13, 14-year-old kid to explain what happened at Gettysburg, even though we know he has no idea what he's talking about. But can you just give us 40 seconds of what you think somebody would say if they knew what they were talking about? That right there is what you would get. That is somebody that has no fucking clue what he's talking about. And that is just, he's stretching his arms so hard trying to get around that subject, right? He wants to get around that subject so fast. He's, it's ridiculous. Oh, Josh, let's go. Oh my God, Ryan, you should find the old clip of Trump saying he can't get a lot of followers on social media because the websites explode. Jesus. So many things the guy said that literally should take him out of office immediately. Disqualify him for running for office right off the bat. It's ridiculous. Let's see if I can find that while I watch. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much. The Wicked Witch is melting. He is. He actually doesn't look great either, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? He's starting to thin out in not a healthy way. You know what I mean? You know how when people are healthy, they kind of have, they get a healthy look about them. But when they start to look emaciated and run down, then I think the Wicked Witch is definitely starting to melt. His mind is been melting, so the body is just now starting to catch up, I think. Cheeseburgers, Diet Cokes. If you just live on that, then, things might happen. Just saying. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just going ahead and guess. What happened? Something. Ooh. Hi, Mel. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get Twitch going. Every time I try to do it, it says that something's down there. I'm not sure, so I apologize if that we're not up on Twitchy. Not up on the Twitch. But let's go to Ukraine, and then we'll come back to what has to be just the most ridiculous moments of Donald Trump, basically in the recent days. I mean, this guy, I now know why he doesn't want to sit in a chair during a debate, right? Remember how he was talking about Joe Biden wanted to sit down, but he thought I now know why. The man just doesn't belong in a chair. He looks super uncomfortable in a chair. It's something about it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. He looks weak and feeble and small, unhealthy. It's you know what I'm talking about. So let's see if we can get into it, just a little bit of what's going on in Ukraine, and then we'll come back to the fat slob. Let's see here. All right, let's read a little bit of this. I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm going to come here. We got one quick article and then a video, and then I think we'll hop right into Trump's latest debacle. Let's see if I can make that. I don't know why I can never make that big. I don't know why. Anyway, I'll make myself small. That way you can see it. There you go. Ooh. Mel's in the stream. Thank you. All right, anyway. Russia pushes on key Ukraine city while Kyiv's Kursk incursion slows. So, like I said, things to be happy about, things to be not so happy about. Let's get into this and see what the BBC has to say about it. Russia has made sweeping advances in recent days that threaten to outweigh the gains made by Ukraine in its cross-border attack into the Kursk region. I also think we have to be realistic in this fight too. We cannot have these huge self-aggrandizing, just over-the-top views of what the Ukrainian military is capable of and what is going to happen in the future. Like I said, war is in a flowing river of good and bad, disaster, and things to celebrate. Right now, we have to be realistic. We have to keep our eye on the Donbass as we're again celebrating the territories in Kursk. So the Russian forces are just a few kilometers from the Ukrainian city of Pokrovsk, a crucial logistical hub used by the Ukrainian military, home to a key railway station and major roads. Pokrovsk is an essential supply and reinforcement point for Ukraine's troops on the eastern front line. Critics in Kyiv fear that the country's military has made a serious miscalculation by sending troops into Kursk. Instead of reinforcing the eastern front line, the military has left Pokrovsk and other important Ukrainian towns exposed, these critics say. Russian President Vladimir Putin launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 22. We know that. On a visit to the frontline Ukraine's armed forces, General Chief Alexander Syrsky said Russia was throwing, quote, everything that they can move into its assault. Quote, the situation is extremely difficult, and, quote, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky conceded on Wednesday if we lose Pokrovsk, and, quote, military expert Mikhail Zakharov warned that the entire front line will crumble. So, obviously, they see a huge set of importance in this town. Pokrovsk is the next town, is next to another town of Mirnorad. Together, the two settlements had a pre-war population over 100,000, most of them who have now fled. They are the last major cities in the part of the Donetsk region that remain under Ukrainian control, which I think anybody that's been following this situation in any capacity since 2014, when this really kicked off, that these last settlements here have been kind of holding out the last few in that area in the Donetsk region that are not under Russian control. So for these to fall, especially being the, at least logistical hubs or major logistical hubs for transport for the Ukrainian military, we can obviously see the importance. So this is just obviously giving you a view on what critics say. This does not mean that this is what's going to happen. This is just obviously what critics say is a possibility. I think it's good for us to stay grounded in reality and kind of weigh all possibilities here. So the Battle of Pokrovsk is really a continuation of the battle for Avdiivka, which we remember was horrendous and the Ukrainian military had to pull out. which Ukraine lost in February after months of bloody fighting. Avdiivka, which is about 40 kilometers, which is 25 miles southeast of Pokrovsk, was seen as a fortress that protected the settlements and roads to its west, helping to bolster Ukraine's presence along the entire front line. When it finally fell, Avdiivka was left in ruins. It was a serious loss for Ukraine. It meant that Russia could move its focus to Pokrovsk and the key hilltop town under Chasiv Yar, which overlooks some of the important cities in Donetsk, still under Ukrainian control. Intense fighting there on Saturday left 5 people dead. Here's a map of the area. You can see. Let's see if I can I make this bigger for you guys? I'm not sure. I always do the zoom, and I just never know if that's what you guys see or if it's just what I see. So I just kind of want to zoom in here. Does that make it bigger for you guys? Let me see. How's that? Yeah, that's okay for you guys. All right. So can you see the salient? You see the little salient here? Hopefully you can see my mouse. So you got Pokrovsk here, Mirnorad, New York, which is funny, and Toretsk. You can see where the Russian forces have managed to push out from Donetsk, and they've created this little bulge. Any military or history buffs remember the Battle of the Bulge, December 1944, which obviously the German military overextended themselves in a last-ditch effort for them to retake any control of the situation. But anyway, the stretch here, you can see how close they are to Pokrovsk. But obviously, any salient created is obviously in danger of attacks from the flanks. So I'd like to see what Ukraine is doing in this situation. I don't know if they're doing maybe a little rope-a-dope. I don't know if they're maybe kind of leading them in a little bit. But it's hard to tell. I don't want to give them too much credit. Anyway, it's a situation that we need to keep our eyes on. It's definitely, while we're again, like I said, celebrating and focused on what's going on in the Kursk area, we have to be realistic again about. I think in this area, I heard the Russian troops outnumber Ukrainian troops about 5-1, which is obviously never good. For weeks now, a mass evacuation of Ukrainian civilians from Pokrovsk has been underway, with thousands said to have left already. General Syrskyi said he was working to, quote, strengthen the defense of our troops in the most difficult areas of the front to provide the brigades with a sufficient amount of ammunition and other material of technical means. This is how Russia's advance gathered speed. Russia has long held Pokrovsk as one of its key objectives for months, and as forces have slowly ground towards it. Experts believe Moscow has deployed around 1/3 of its Central Army Group, or about 30,000 troops, to the offensive, as well as its most battle-ready reserves. This week, it took Ukrainian town of Novorodivka, infuriating some in the Ukraine who felt it should have been better defended. Quote, the trenches in front of Novorodivka were empty. There were practically no Ukrainian army in the 20,000-strong city, and, quote, Ukrainian MP Mariana Bezula wrote on Facebook. When its forces undermanned and outnumbered, it is believed the Ukrainian military withdrew from Novorodivka to strengthen its defense of Pokrovsk. Quote, the Ukrainian command likely deemed the defense of Novorodivka not worth the potential losses, and, quote, said the Washington-based Institute for Study of War, which is the map. Those are the ones that I put up the map of the territory taken by Ukraine that we put up last week. Elsewhere, Russian forces have launched assaults on the town of Seledove just to the south of Novorodivka and other areas of the Donetsk region nearby. The Russian offensives have been helped by a shift in tactics, which are increasingly mirroring those used earlier in the war by the Wagner mercenary group. Obviously, any change that the Russian military does is substantial, because they are just usually the same exact thing you can expect the same time from the Russian military. They really don't know how to change shit. So to see that they're kind of changing up things here is a little interesting. Some have dubbed these tactics, quote, meat assaults. The tactics, though costly, quickly exhaust Ukrainian units forced to fend off constant attacks. Sounds like they're going back to almost World War II tactics, which is just try to overwhelm them with numbers. Send in as many bodies as you possibly can, hoping to overwhelm the defense of obviously whatever object you're going towards. You may lose a ton of your soldiers, but in the end, you will have enough, hopefully, to overcome, to overtake, and to gain your objective, to get your objective. These tactics, though costly, quickly exhaust Ukrainian forces left to fend off constant attacks. Armored vehicles are used sparingly, complicating the task of Ukrainian tanks and artillery, which have little to aim at on the battlefield. So, again, what they're saying is they're taking basically the APCs out of the question, or out of the conflict here, basically. And what's happening is it's not giving the Ukrainian tanks anything to shoot at, basically, in this specific area, according to this report. So that's hard. So it's hard to shoot from a tank into, say, a ditch or a trench or a bunker where Russian soldiers maybe staying. It's hard to spot that. It's easier to spot, obviously, a tank, an APC, whatever it may be, an armored transport, fuel tanks, fuel trucks, that type of stuff, obviously. So Russia has also been using powerful glide bombs, forcing Ukraine to disperse its units when shelling begins, and sometimes even to withdraw troops from the front line. Let's take a look at what's going on in the Kursk offensive. We just looked at what was happening. If you're just joining us, welcome to Blunt Politics. I'm Boston Brian. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share it out to your friends. It's friggin' fantastic. The chat we have here is just a blast. Fantastic people. You don't even have to watch it live. You can watch it and replay it at a later date. That's just as cool. There's a join button behind me. $2. $2 a month. That's it. Help me out. Help me out, and I help other creators. It's a big circle. We all help each other. It's fucking great. It really is. It's been a real pleasure to do these episodes and to do this podcast, whatever you want to call it, with you people, and to bring you the information and to learn with you, and to make sure that we're staying involved with you guys. Again, I always say I'm not talking down to you. I'm not teaching you. I'm learning with you, and I'm just hanging with you. So that's what I like to do, and I appreciate it. And I could do this all day long, but you don't want to do that. You get better things to do. But thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. Now we're going to take a look at what's going on with the state of Ukraine's Kursk offensive. Meanwhile, the progress of Ukraine's landmark cross-border offensive has slowed considerably in the past week. Suja, the largest settlement Ukraine has captured inside Russia, has a population of around 5,000, which is 3 times less than that of Novorodivka. The settlement Russia captured earlier this week. On Tuesday, Ukraine's commander-in-chief said that the Kyiv's forces had taken 1,294 square miles, or about square kilometers, or 500 square miles of territory inside Kursk, including 100 settlements, and captured 594 Russian soldiers in the process. These figures should be treated with caution, but they are no doubt significant. The question is whether they will justify the potential losses on Ukraine's eastern front line. Quote, one of the objectives of the offensive operation in the Kursk direction, was to divert significant enemy forces from other directions, primarily from the Pokrovsk and Kharkova directions, said General Sersky on Tuesday. Like I was saying, their hope was that this Kursk offensive was going to draw, hopefully, significant forces away from where they were gaining ground, that salient that I just showed, take forces away from that, which would then help the Ukrainian defenders, obviously, lighten up the attacks. But that's not what happened, as this is going to go on to explain. But the objective appeared to have failed. Russian forces have not been redeployed from the Pokrovsk front line. On the contrary, they have been strengthened by additional troops, and their advance has quickened. So instead of removing troops from the area, somehow, somewhere, somebody with a brain in Russia said we should probably add troops to that section now. So it seems to be, as we were looking at the salient, seems to be working for the time being. Let's see here. Does this story continue, or is that it? I think that's it. Pokrovsk, Ukraine's vital eastern town in Russian sights. Ukraine's long-range drones using. I know Ukraine launched a hell of an attack, I believe, overnight last night. Let's see here. Let's go to the Reddit. Let's make sure you guys are still with me. How are we doing? You guys still with me? This is okay for you guys? Everybody supporting Ukraine. Slava Ukraina. Heroyam Slava. Right? We know how important this is. So I thank you guys for supporting the video, supporting the podcast. So let's go through the war report, see if there's any information we can be gained here. I think overnight Russia said they tried or attempted to shoot down, I think 100, what they say, 130-ish? Maybe I got it here. I got this on the new tab. Let's see here. No, that's just the war map. We'll take a look at the live war map too after this. There's also a video I want to get to. It's 1:54. I'm going to try to end it. I'm going to see if I can do as close to a 2-hour show as possible so I don't keep you guys too long. No, I don't want the Earth view. I don't know what this is. How do I get out of it? That's not it either. Oh, it's right here. All right, here we go. Moscow oil refinery has been attacked by, quote, Luty drones. They tried intercepting them with machine guns. As there's no other air defense, Russian authorities already reported, quote, all drones were shot down. Only debris fell down. You can see in this video what debris landing looks like on an oil tank in Moscow. All right, so here. So what we have seen recently, again, more not going to say good news, but more, things to be hopeful about is that the lack of Russian air defense seems to be a real issue. They seemingly having trouble shooting down these. What if you'll see here is a slow. If this is the video I'm thinking about, a slow moving drone. Let me see here. Yep, you guys can see it. Can you hear it? Nope, that's not the right one. Let's see here. I'm on here. Can you guys? Oh, there's no sound. That's why. Let's go. Here we go. You can hear the machine gun fire in the background. But let's look at how low and slow this thing is flying, right? Look at how loud it is. Listen to it. Oh, what's the matter with Al? What happened, Tanya? I'm sorry. Al, I hope you feel better. Sorry, I hope you get better. Well, I wish you the best. I missed what was going on in the chat, but I never want to see anybody struggling. So hope everything's all right. Yeah, so again, loud, low, and slow, and somehow the Russians still weren't able to shoot this thing down. Let's check it out. And if you're just listening, we're watching basically cell phone footage from the ground. We're looking at what appears to be a Luti drone going not very fast and not very high towards an oil refinery. You can hear, obviously, in the background, the single-fired shots of what is just some rifle fire, I believe. Doesn't sound like any heavy machine gun, anti-air, anything like that to me. And let's maintain what the Russians said. Only debris fell down. So let's look at what debris looks like falling down. Should take a steep dive any second. Can still see it in just the left of the corner under the wires. We just started its descent. Right down. Boom. Suka pliatai! Right? Right? I love it. I love it. I love it. So we've seen a lot of that. Let's see if we got any more here. Why did I do this? How do I get back here? All right, there we are. I don't know why I took it out. And we're back here. And we're back. I don't know. One of these two. It's one of these two. I don't know why I changed the background. Anyway, all right, so let's keep going here. Let's see here. Can't show this. This is Ukrainian HIMARS destroy Russian infantry and artillery. It says not suitable for work. I did watch it. Didn't seem too bad, but I'm not going to take the chance. Is a good illustration and shows you exactly the power, the accuracy, and the spread. Like the spread on a HIMARS strike when you see it strike. When you see all the shrapnel come out in a circle and it covers just an area that is totally destroyed in that area. I don't want to take the risk. Around 20 Colombian volunteers in Ukraine preparing to assault Russian positions. Let's take a look. I think they deserve to be recognized.
Condúceme por el mejor camino, guiando mis pasos. Protégeme de todo mal. Aumenta mi fe y renueva cada día mi confianza en ti. Dame la paciencia de comprender que tu plan es perfecto, incluso cuando no logro ver su totalidad. Fortalece mi corazón y mi mente para enfrentar las adversidades que encuentre en el camino. Así como un padre cuida cariñosamente de su hijo, cuídate de mí.
It's always nice to see people from other countries and other areas of the world not only showing support, but risking their lives, literally, to defend Ukraine, defend democracy, to stop the Russian horde from gaining any more territory. So, like I said, people like this always deserve to be recognized. They don't have to be there. They do it on their own accord. They leave their friends and families behind, their homes and their loved ones, and they go and they fight for Ukraine. And when I say fight for Ukraine, I mean fight for Ukraine. They are in the midst of it. They are in the thick of it. So this is a video of Russia using Iskander-M ballistic cluster munitions to hit grain trucks in a queue for soybeans loading in the Sumy region. One truck driver died and a few are injured. So they're now targeting, again, food supplies for that area. A little tough to see. Let's see if this guy gives a better description. I immediately jumped under the truck. A lot of explosions were everywhere. These guys were shouting injured. I got out and they ran to their cars. Next explosion began in 3 minutes. Loitering munitions were around. One guy was also hiding under the truck. He was injured, but I still survived. The roof and wall are shattered. We're looking at his truck just absolutely destroyed. Looks like a few of them destroyed. Now, if we go back just a second, it almost looks like they went for the take out the first in line and the last in line. See that? Can you see this? Am I showing it? See this? So it looks like the first one in line's burning. And, in the middle, you got trucks that don't seem to be burning. And then you got the truck at the end burning, which if you're in a single file queue is the technique to stop that and to, pick them off one by one. So strange for me to see them using what is seemingly, good military tactics in any way. It's kind of strange to see. No, they're not suitable for work. Abram tanks stood between the Russians and Pokrovsk. Today, maybe half are left. Abrams stood between, so they're fighting there. Here we go. At night, UAVs attacked 2 Russian hydroelectric power stations, Kursk in the Moscow region and Konakovsk in the Tver. How do you say that? Tver region, and the Moscow oil refinery was also attacked. Let's take a look. Start from the beginning here. You can see 3 stacks, and we can see what looks to be an enormous fire behind the stacks if you're just listening. I mean, that's a serious fire. Look at the smoke from it. Holy jeez. And, when you got some of these things burning for 3-4 days, they're not coming back online anytime soon. All right, let me go to this because now I'm not only am I not on Twitch, but I'm not on Instagram because they love booting me off every hour, which means I have to go back to Instagram. I have to do this. Such a pain in my... Anyway, there's even a little message that StreamYard gives you that's like, we've talked to Instagram. We want them to stop this. It's ridiculous, but they don't listen. So, nothing I can do. Give me a second here. All I got to do is copy and paste. My audience is public. That's the title of my podcast. I'm going to hit next. Bringing you guys along behind the scenes. I do appreciate it. I'm going to copy this stream key. I'm going to go into StreamYard. I'm going to then paste. I'm going to then not paste. Where's the paste? I'm going to then... What the heck? I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to this. How does that happen? Edit. Oh, I want to remove it. What a pain in the sandals. All right, now I'm going to add it. Now I'm going to put in the stream key. There we go. There we go. We're back up. I don't even know if anybody watches on Instagram, to tell you the truth. I'm probably doing that for nothing. Anyway, all right, back up. See what else we got here. Let's see what else we got. Let's see this one. All right, back to here. Coming out of this one. All right. Oil refinery in Moscow, part 1. So this is another one. All right, started from the beginning. You can just see, if you're watching, we're looking at what appears to be a drone coming in from the right, going to the left. Let's see if we can check this out. I wish I could zoom in. You can see the drone here. Right to left coming in. Just under the power lines. Looks like it's taking a turn. Can hear the gunfire trying to take it down. Unsuccessfully, I might add. Should soon take a steep dive. I can see the refinery just to the left. Still in the air, still in the air. Still in the air, taking his dive now. Just going down now. Explosion. Uyabala. Woo! Big boom. Big boom. Things we like to see. Things we like to see. Russian oil refineries going down. Russian soldiers found an explosive that was dropped from a drone. All right, I can stop these before they all play now. Hold on. Shut up. Ukrainian machine gun killers. And no, we can't watch that. Can't watch that. I see a machine gun for the... No, don't want to watch that. There we go. What the hell? Putin paid Kim Jong-un with thoroughbred horses for artillery shells for the war against Ukraine, writes the Times. Link to the article in the comments. Look at this picture. Look at this. Will you please? Hold on. That deserves a full frame. That deserves a full frame. Oh, hold on. That deserves a full frame. That's what he got for his artillery shells that don't fucking fire half the time. Probably 75% of the time they don't fire. Right? Because they've been sitting, rotting, rusting, crusting in warehouses. They went to Narnia. Yeah. I mean, beautiful horse, right? I mean, let's credit where credit is due. I think I'd take the gray one, to tell you the truth. That just looks like a horse to me. But if anybody looks out of place and should not be on a horse, it is that fat bastard. Look at that, will you please? Anyway, moving on. How do I get out of it? Oh, there's the X right there. How do I get out of it? Russian battle damage assessment from the Konakova power plant. This is the strike that we saw. So this is the aftermath of the first strike, I believe we saw. Quick video. Let me start it from the front. Let me start from the beginning. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's going to be an issue when you're going into work on Monday. There's going to be some things to fix that might throw back production a little bit. Just going to say. Vladivostok, Putin's mercenary who returned from Ukraine, was almost driven to suicide because of extortion. 21-year-old Nikita Nosov sent his farewell video. That's not something I could watch. Let's see here. Nice little puppy. This is the oil refinery in Moscow, part 2. This might be just a different angle from the first one that we saw, but let's take a look. No, you don't twist. There you go, you idiot. So we can see the explosion. We can hear the fire. Clearly an explosion's already happened. You can hear the siren, the car alarms in the background going off if you're just listening. I have not managed to see. I hear the gunfire, but I have not managed to spot the actual drone they're firing at yet. Possibly because he's got his fucking name right in the center of the picture like they do. It's stupid. People just going about their daily lives in Russia. Nothing. It's nothing. Just an oil refinery about to blow up. Oop, there's the explosion right there. So the firing, that's weird. The firing stops. You'd think the firing would increase as it got closer. Let me back it up just a little bit. If you look just in the center, I believe it's just over here. Let me play it again for you. Let me make it big so you can see it, because I know it's probably hard to spot. Oh, I am. It is big. That's about as big as I can go. I can take myself out of it, but it doesn't change the picture. All right, so take a look just in the center of your screen. But it's weird to me that the fire stops just as the drone enters. Like, why would it stop? No fire. Explosion right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Hopefully you can see my mouse. Just over, look at where it says Exel Lenova, right? And look at the A. Up just a touch, and in between those two little towers, you can see the explosion. I'll back it up, play it up just one more time from about 40 seconds. Listen to the fire stop. That's what's weird to me. Listen to it increases, then it stops. Fire tails off right there. Explosion just after the fire tails off. Wow. He's got to be a couple clicks away too, right? That's a big bang. Big bang. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, 207. A little further east, drones also hit Konakova gas station. Distribution station now is burning very brightly. Let's take a look. We got to take a look. I can't not take a look at Russian anything that's burning in Russia. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm going to say that's not good. I'm going to say you might need some attention. That might need some attention. Just going to say. All right, so most of it is stuff that I can't show you or drunk Russians. Special military operation extending to Podolsk, Moscow. I mean, to see even strikes in and around the Moscow area must be unsettling. Hitting of the Ukrainian Air Force in the Kursk, Moscow region. Let's take a look. Start from the beginning. Yeah, we see it. We see it.
Чё за хуета, блядь, происходит? Ёб твою мать, нахуй. Катюх по агрессу ебашут по нашему.
Now they say this is in. Let me stop it so you can hear me. Sorry. It says hitting of the Ukrainian Air Force in the Kursk in the Moscow region. Now, besides being just one of the weirdest titles I've ever heard that gives me absolutely no description, hitting of the Ukrainian Air Force in the Kursk in the Moscow. So it's Ukraine obviously hitting in the Moscow region. That only makes sense. Weird title. But like I said, any strikes in the Moscow region must be a little unsettling. On top of seeing Ukrainian forces inside their own territory. You know what I mean? What's this one? A little rocket shooting? Let's see a little rocket shooting. Whoa. All right. So, like I said, we'll move on from that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting Ukraine. Thank you for watching not only me, but people like Philip Ittner, other people that support Ukraine. Pick your YouTube creator. Pick your favorite. I know I have mine. People probably have a problem with some of it, but it is what it is. If I can get my information from a person, I don't care what their politics are, really, to tell you the truth. If they support Ukraine, you're on my team. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, yeah, we'll get into what has to be. Let me see if I get rid of these so we're not slowing everything down. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Let's see here. Oh, no. That's what I wanted to do. One more thing. Let me see if I can get this in by 2:20. If I can get this done by 2:20, we're looking good. Let me see if I can do this. And I know I wanted to get to the map. So much I want to get to that I can't get to. It's so frustrating. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. There'll be too much. All right, let me watch this. We'll watch this for a sec. I think this gives you a good illustration. Let's end on a positive note for Ukraine here, right? End on a positive. Here we go. Put that into the stage. I don't know why they call it a stage, but they do. I'm going to do a little bit of this. And we're back at it. We are back at it like a crack addict. Let's go. All right, make it a little bigger so you can see it. I just want to watch the first few minutes of this. Like I said, ended on a good note. This is, I think, from 2 days ago, but it gives you a good idea, the good description of the Ukrainian forces that have surrounded Russian forces in the Kursk area. So let's just take a peek at this a little bit. Started from the beginning here.
Today there are a lot of updates from the Kursk direction. Here, in a bold and strategic maneuver, Ukrainian forces have successfully encircled several key settlements, effectively isolating substantial Russian troop formations and setting the stage for intense clashes. As the encirclement tightens, the trapped Russian forces face the prospect of imminent Ukrainian offensives, some of which have already resulted in devastating losses for the Russians.
Which, again, we have learned that is something that the Russians just seem to take in stride. The amount of losses that they incur, it's unfathomable. It really is unfathomable. And to see that it doesn't, like the mindset, you think it would creep into the mindset. It must do to these soldiers. Like I said, I've seen by now thousands of videos of Russian soldiers ending their own lives on the battlefield rather than face Ukrainian forces. Again, not studying this, but following this war since its inception, especially since 2022, but obviously since 2014. The videos, being on Telegram, being on Reddit, seeing the unedited footage from the drone shots. It not only does it give you a good perspective on the war, but it also takes a toll at some point when you're watching these videos, and it can affect your mindset. So I try to, even it out with a little bit of golf, tennis, that type of stuff. Get your mind off of things a little bit. This isn't, this doesn't have to suck up all your life, doesn't have to take up all your attention, but we do have to make sure that we stay focused, which is a totally different thing. So let's a little more of this, a little more good news.
Recently, Ukrainian Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky revealed a map during a televised session of the Ukrainian Congress of Local and Regional Authorities, showcasing the current front line in Kursk Oblast. Notably, Syrsky's map substantiated earlier speculations.
Oh, obviously, for people that on this green side here is Ukraine. Obviously, red is Russia. Blue is the amount of territory that the Ukrainian military has managed to take in in Russia. So that's what the blue is, just in case.
Highlighting several cauldrons where Russian troops are effectively surrounded and cut off from their supply lines. One of the most notorious cauldrons has formed north of Sudzha, near Malaya Loknya, marking a significant tactical victory for Ukrainian forces. In the early stages of the Kursk incursion, Ukrainian sabotage and reconnaissance units executed a deep penetration into Russian-held territory, advancing over 15 kilometers north of Malaya Loknya.
We've also seen them take out pontoon bridges, fixed bridges, roads to make sure that these troops that we're talking about here aren't able to be resupplied or able to escape. So again, like I said, we take the good with the bad. There's good news, there's bad news. That's how war works. That's just what we're going to have to face. Again, let me show you on the map exactly where we're looking at. See if I can share this instead, right? So let me see can you see this? Did it pop up for you guys? Yes, it did. Let's go. All right. So this is the Ukraine interactive map that I use. It gives you a good idea of what's going on in what regions. Let's see here. We'll go into Kursk. So obviously this is in the blue, the area that we were just looking at on the other video. The blue is Ukrainian held territory. What the hell is this? No, I don't want hexclad. How do I get out of that? No, thanks. Thank you so much. How do I get out of that? Anyway, you can see right there. Here's Sudzha. And then if we pan out and we go down a bit into the, let's see here. What's not where I want to be? It's further south. Here we go. This is Donetsk. So we're going to go into the nets. Here's the salient that we were looking at. Okay. This is the Russian salient that was created by their advances towards, was it Povolsk? Let's see here. They must be close. So let's go into here. We're looking at Pokrovsk right here. Let's see what this is. This is Russian aviation conducted airstrikes at Manukivka, Hluvkiv, Obodi, Lipsy, Mali, Prokodi, Cherkaska, Lazova, Kruhi Lakakiva, Seryakiva, Hrodivka, Mykolaivka, Selidova, Pekrovsk. I mean, just a lot of places that the Russian aviation, this is where they're striking. So anywhere that you see these little bombs, these little things right here, that gives you an indication of a strike. If you see, let's see if we can pan out a little bit. If you see what is a rifle, if you see the rifle here, that is active fighting. So at Kurakivka, Axis clashes yesterday near Ukrainsk Lasivka, Halets, this is ridiculous. Halets Nivka, it's so hard to pronounce these things. Krasnohorivka, Hero Yivka, and Kosto Yantivnivka. General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine report. So that's coming from Ukraine itself. Let's take a look at it. The flags are just territories that we've held. Russian Ministry of Defense claimed full occupation of Pichi and Vimka, villages of Donetsk region. So this is where they've basically planted their flag, so to speak. But if we pan out, you can see the distance in between the two areas. So just a little bit. This is obviously Donetsk area, and then we'd have to go all the way up to. Oh, I want to zoom in. I'm going to zoom out, not in. Oh, that's too much. Sorry. Then if we go up here, we're going to go into Kursk, zoom in. I mean, the distance is just, let's see here what this is. The Russian Defense Ministry reports that the air defense shot down 158 UAVs over the country's regions overnight. So this is one of the largest attacks in some time from Ukraine. Ministry reports that 46 UAVs were destroyed and intercepted over the Kursk region at night, 34 over Bryansk region, 28 over Voronezh region, 14 over Belgorod region, 8 over the Ryazan region, and 2 over Moscow, 7 over the Moscow region. Wow. So even Moscow having some trouble there. 5 were also shot down over the Kaluga region, 4 over the Lipetsk region, 3 over the Tula region, 2 over each of the Tambov and Smolensk regions, and 1 over the Oriol and Ivanovo regions. So they were busy shooting stuff down from the Ukrainians last night. I can tell you that much. Let's see what Moscow looks like up here. See if they get any problems. So how to read this goddamn map. All right, there's Volgograd. Let's go up. Where are we? Where? Perm-Chelinsk. So there's can't be that far up. It's right here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is the same thing. So this is just where they shot down their stuff. All right. So yeah, Ukraine was active last night. Russia was very active trying to shoot stuff down. Looks like they didn't get them all as usual, which means the strikes that we saw were very, very effective. Again, looking at both areas down here, Donetsk area and Kursk area up here. Just want to give everybody reference to what we're looking at. Let's see what this is. Obviously, Ukrainian Air Defense shot down 8 Shahed drones overnight. Let's see here. Actually, you know what we could do just before we get rid of this is look at the losses for Russia. Well, let's see what the total number is. See what the total number is. Usually it is Ukraine that puts it out, right? Let me see if there's any. No, I don't want videos. I want images. Is this? What day is this now? This is 9/1. Okay. So this is recent. So we're up to, wow, look at that. So I'm going to right click. How do I open it? I did this last time. Did it work? Yes. All right, let's go. All right, so if I can make this bigger, if I may. So can you see it? Can everybody see what's going on? No, you can't. You cannot see what's going on. Let me share this tab instead. Nope, I don't want to share that tab instead. I'm going to share this tab instead. There we go. All right, so right now, up to 616,300 personnel removed from the battlefield. Plus 1,350 just overnight. They have lost another 10 tanks, bringing that up to 8,592. 24 troop-carrying AFVs, bringing that up to 16,760. Another 22 artillery systems, bringing that up to over 17,000 lost in the war. Up way over 1,000 MLRSs lost in the war, which are expensive pieces of kit, I might add. 940 anti-aircraft systems, 368 aircraft, 328 helicopters. Another 36 UAVs were down, bringing that up to over 14,000, cruise missiles up over 2,500. Warships and boats up over 28. Another submarine there. We got 28 vehicles and fuel tanks. 56 vehicles and fuel tanks, bring that up to over 23,800 fuel tanks and vehicles lost in this war, and another 14 special equipment vehicles, bring that up to around 3,000 lost during this war. So numbers that are just would stagger and deflate and just degrade any military whatsoever. Oh, Joe Ellie, I hope that's to me. Anybody else? If anybody else is doing a great job in the chat, I appreciate you. Our mods are fantastic. Please show our mods some love. They do fantastic work in this chat. I am very lucky and very privileged to have the mods that I do have. Mel, Tanya, OG Adam, Turpy, Andrea, everybody that helps out here. You guys are fucking fantastic. Rocks, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys immensely. If it wasn't for you guys, I would not be able to do this, so I really do appreciate it. Let's get into... Oh, this is going to be good. Well, this is going to be good. So... let me bring me up here. I'll say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hit that like if you haven't yet. Hit that like, please. Don't even hit it easy. Smash that, as the YouTubers say. Smash it, please. 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 To make it to 10,000 would be absolutely a dream come true, and it's in your hands, so I do appreciate it. But let's get into Sergeant Shitty Pants himself. Digging the hole even deeper. Making it just so... I don't want to say easy for Kamala Harris, but giving Kamala Harris a ton of opportunity to, go after Donald Trump. Really, giving her ammunition, basically, is what he's doing. That's basically what he's doing now. He's not only taking himself out of the game with his own voters, but he's also giving us ammunition to fight against him. And it's let's take a look at it a little bit. Well, it's not going to happen. All right, let me mute it for a second, and I'm going to share it for you guys. Here we go. I'm going to get right in the beginning. Nope. There we go. This is Donald Trump. Let me set this up. Let me set this up if you're just joining us. Thank you. Welcome to Blunt Politics. I'm Boston Brian. We are just about to sit down and watch Donald Trump having a conversation, sitting down at an event put on by Moms for Liberty, which, if you don't know, let me just show you a little bit about Moms for Liberty. Let's see here. Moms for Liberty, which is most probably well known for using Hitler's quotes on the front of their flyers or being directly involved with the, I think it's the education side of Project 2025, which Donald Trump says he has no idea about. It's just weird that he's meeting with the people that happen to be, writing this whole package of shit bags. But yeah, let's see if I can just give you a little taste here of what they're about. Give me a second if I can find it. It might take me a second here. Here we go. Didn't take long at all. Didn't take long at all. And this is an actual photo. This is not doctored or altered in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to share this tab instead. Make sure you can see it. I'm going to put it in the screen here. Like so. Why is it being slow? But that's okay. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it. There we go. All right. So here. This is a flyer, whatever fucking stupid thing that Moms for Liberty put out, right? Moms for Liberty defends use of Hitler quote. So let's take a look. June 2023, the Parent Brigade, Advocacy, Liberty Lessons, a classic in Bible citizenship, legislative sessions, HEPL policy, Carmel Pride Festival, just some weird stuff on there. But let's to the right. What does it say? He alone who owns the youth gains the future, attributed to Adolf Hitler. I wish I had that noise like the cartoons when you blink, like bing, 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 bing. I don't know. I don't know how that made it in there. I really don't. The Hamilton, Indiana chapter of the right-wing extremist anti-liberty groups from Mumbling quoted Hitler on the cover of its first newsletter, The Parents Brigade, the Indian Star reports. The quote was, "He alone who owns the youth gains the future," Hitler said in a speech at a 1935 Nazi rally. Where all good quotes come from, we all know. Where else to pick and choose from? You might as well go to Nuremberg. After the newsletter was published, the group defended its use of the Hitler quote. The quote from a horrific leader should be put parents on alert, and it said, if the government has control over our children today, they control our country's future. We, the people, must be vigilant and protect children from an overreaching government. So they did not take it down. They did not apologize. They did not back down from the statement. Moms for Liberty is an anti-LGBTQ plus group that advocates for book banning and has ties to fascist movements like the Proud Boys. Knowing that, let's go back to Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, sitting down with these horrendous motherfuckers. All righty. That was just the lead-in, right? So that's just the lead-in. Just so you know who he's working with here, just so we're on the same page. Oh, here we go.
Thank you. Wow. That's a nice crowd. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
They love you here, President Trump. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much.
He is so popular with the racists. Sir, they love you here. They are so racist, and they just love you and your policies and getting brown people out of this country. Thank you so much, sir. We are just going to totally re-educate every white person. I don't know why God made people of different skin colors, because they ain't good for use nothing anyways. But thank you. Join us. Thank you for joining us. Why don't you continue, sir?
Much, and it's an honor to be here. This is a nice group. This is a nice group. We just left Pennsylvania. We had a big rally and a big speech, and I said, okay, that's it for the day, right, nurse? Sir, you're going to D.C. now. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, like you have no idea what your itinerary is. Do you know anything? You don't know anybody that's with you. You don't know who the altercation's about. You don't know where you're traveling to. And you talk about Joe Biden being fucking loosey-goosey in the mind, and you talk about, like, hello.
So but it's what I heard exactly the group. I knew it anyway, but when they reminded me this was it, this is so important. The job you've done is incredible, really. And it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Mr. President, we just want to say how thankful we are that you're doing okay. What a scary day that was in Pennsylvania, and you are looking great, and we're so happy that you were able to join us. You and I were talking.
Oh, Kim Jong-un is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You look great. Look at him. Who the fuck is coming up with that statement looking at that? Look at him slumped in the chair. Looks like the chair's about to swallow him whole. Yo, you have to throw that chair out at the end of this fucking conversation, by the way. You know that, right? Or at least have it recovered, ma'am. It's nice that your chairs are white, though. Good touch. Good touch. I wonder why you did that.
A little bit backstage, and you were
No black chairs. Black fucking white chairs matter. I guarantee there's a fucking shirt, a t-shirt somewhere running around that fucking place.
sharing with me a lot of the concerns you have about the border.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing happen with illegal immigrants across the United States. And I thought I'd give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about that to start off.
Sure, because you're talking about moms and you're talking about family. Such a big
Something that Donald Trump knows a ton about. Expert on this situation. Let's hear what Donald Trump has to say about moms and children and his love and compassion for them.
factor for you, just about everything. And when you look at what's happening in our country, this is so tough. You know, it's one thing you don't drill oil or you don't do something that you can do with the new group coming in, but
What? Wasn't the question something about moms and children? The fuck's he talking about oil for? The fuck?
millions and millions of people, 21 million people, I think the real number is that you hear 13, 14, 15, like that's not a big number, but it is, but 21 million.
Again, just listen to the words coming out of his mouth. They don't even make sense, people, anymore. Exactly, Turpy. Exactly. Fucking exactly. They are English words. They are recognizable as words. They are. So you will recognize the words coming out of his mouth most of the time. But in the order that he puts them in, it just makes absolutely no sense. Listen to this bullshit. What was I don't even remember the question anymore. Something about moms and kids. Now we're on oil and fucking immigration. There we go.
Millions and millions of people, 21 million people, I think the real number is that you hear 13, 14, 15, like that's not a big number, but it is, but 21 million people. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are coming out of the roughest countries in the world.
How he gets away with this is so infuriating. It really is.
And they're coming from all over the world.
There's just the most asinine statement. It is fucking beyond asinine. Beyond asinine, this statement. It really is fucking incredible. Who believes this shit? Who believes that a country is dumping people from their prisons, mental institutions, and insane asylums into the United States? Who believes that? Who fucking believes that shit? Who? Who?
Not just coming from South America. You know, everyone thinks they're coming from like Guatemala, El Salvador. They're coming from Mexico. They're coming from everywhere.
So is he essentially saying that those are bad countries? Is that what's going on? Running as for president of the United States, you're going to call is that what because he just said they're coming from rough and tough, and are we supposed to say that these are bad countries? We're not supposed to be friendly, and just everything he does is ass backwards, literally to what a fucking a president should say and do. It's unfucking believable. Thank you, Mal.
I was speaking to the Border Patrol. They said in the last 12 months, 159 different countries were.
Nobody told him that. Nobody told him that. Made up story. Never happened.
By people having come in illegally, and that's some number. But
it is. It is.
People.
It is some number. It is. It is some number. It's a number. It's some number.
They're coming out of the jails. They're coming out of the mental institutions. They're coming out of prisons, and they're just coming out of, there's a difference between a prison and jail. It's subtle, but I say that they come out of mental institutions and insane asylums. There's a difference there also.
Yesterday's a hard word for me.
They're coming into our country at levels that nobody's ever seen. And I've been saying for 2 years that this has got to stop. Been saying for longer than that, but for 2.5, 3 years, I said this has to stop. And now it's catching up with us. And you see what's going on in Colorado. I don't know if anybody got to see Aurora. I mean, they're taking over.
I'm sorry, I was setting that up. But again, mumbled, jumbled, gobbled bullshit. Nothing to do with the question. He's rambling about a question about moms and fucking children. This is a question about moms and children, I will add. Hold on, Josh. What do you got, Josh? Wait, he said immigrants aren't coming from these countries, then says they're coming from everywhere. Yeah, nothing he says actually makes sense. Or could be, I mean, it's the most easily fucking fact-checked thing that a country, like, do you not think that the United States intelligence would be able to tell if a country or multiple countries or all countries in Central or South America or the Congo or Africa were rounding up their fucking citizens and deporting them somehow physically to the United States from the Mexico border? Do you not think we would know? Hello? And why would he know? Who the fuck is this guy? He's got no involvement anymore.
The city, they're taking over apartment complexes. These are young, very tough people. These are tough. They make our criminals look nice. That's the only thing good about them. Our criminals are like nice people by comparison.
I'm going to laugh because I have absolutely no idea. What's up, Adam? What's up, brother? He's trying to do the NPD word salad thing, and his shame interviewers are trained to never question Kim Jong-il brain. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Hope you're having a great day, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, again, he dances around subjects. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, right? And he just tries to get as many words in, as many talking points in as possible before they cut him off and ask him the next fucking question.
Comparison. And if you saw the Colorado thing, and this is happening all over, just not Colorado, but the Colorado thing caught the imagination because there were many of them with the biggest weapons that you've ever seen. And these came from Venezuela, which is emptying out all of its criminals. You know what? Venezuela crime is down like 72% because.
Again, we've gone over this. I've shown you the stats. The prison population is growing in these areas. They're literally having to build giant fucking prisons to hold the amount of people that they're fucking arresting. Some of these countries are arresting just regular citizens in their roundup because they're just literally scooping a fucking net up and taking anybody they possibly can. So it's not exactly humane. It's not exactly the way we would do things, to tell you the truth, but it's the total opposite of what Donald Trump is telling you is going on.
Because they're bringing all of their criminals from Caracas and everywhere else. They're bringing them to.
And thank you so much to the nearly 1,000 people that are currently watching this right now. If you please could, hopefully we have the same number of likes as we do views. That would be fucking fantastic. It takes you 2 seconds. Hop out of the chat, whatever you're watching. There's a little button there with the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. That would be fantastic for me. You can share it out to your your family, your friends, co-workers, whatever it is. If you think they might be entertained or informed by this, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
To the beautiful USA. Thank you very much, Venezuela. We appreciate it.
What is it? Hold on. What is what is it? The USA? I think I got something with that. I think he calls it something different.
And God bless the United States.
Yeah, that one. That's
and we're allowing it to happen because we have open borders. And again, this is happening with
No, we don't have open borders. Nor do we have anything like an open border. It's ridiculous to think that. That's the reason why we've seized more drugs at the border than ever before. That's the reason we've stopped more people at the border than ever before. There's a reason for that, because the policies in a whole and the effectiveness of them have not changed. Actually, probably we're down to less now than we were than under Donald Trump, correct? If I'm not mistaken. Which is a fact that Donald Trump is probably not going to want to hear. Especially since he's running for, let's see, he wants to be president of, what's he call it there? I think he calls it,
the big, fat, sloppy United States.
He's running for president of that.
Every continent, we have Africa well represented, coming out from the Congo. 22 people came in recently from the Congo. Where do you come from? We come from prison. What did you do to get into prison? We will not tell you. Bad stuff. And we have them here. No intention.
The biggest bunch of bullshit. The biggest bunch of bullshit.
All I smell is your bullshit. All I smell is your bullshit.
I mean, come on, people. Listen to this.
Of bringing them back? None whatsoever. And they're all over the country. But now what they're doing, if you think 21 million, so if you say a certain large percentage of them are bad, because when you empty out your prisons and you empty out your mental institutions, it's a lot of people.
Oh my God. I can't. If they honestly.
It's bigger than most armies are in our country, if you add them up totally.
If you add the total number of people in the country, that's bigger than the military too. What the fuck are you talking about?
So we had 159 countries, let's say, but we have massive numbers of people. And what happened in Aurora today is incredible because they basically...
Oh, what happened? What happened? Denise, what's going on? I wish you well, Denise. I'm sorry. What's going on? What'd I miss? I don't think anybody hurting. It's not good. Anybody could fill me in? Denise, I wish you well, though. Keep you in our thoughts. Oh, there you are. Denise said thanks, Captain. Well, I hope you're well, Denise. Thinking about you. Thank you, Mel.
They've just taken over a swath in the building, and the people are petrified. The people living in the building, they're leaving. And when they tell the police about it, I mean, the police, they don't need...
Good. They're great. Doing well here. Killing this one. Woo! Smoking this answer, Donnie. Really doing well.
About it. I mean, the police, they don't need AK-47s. That's a very powerful weapon.
It's also not a weapon that we use in the United States military. What the fuck is he talking about? Figures that the Russian fucking plant would be talking about an AK-47, huh? Seems a bit fitting to me. Seems a bit fitting. Hold on, Donnie. Hold on. Let me play something for Donnie. There you go. Sorry, I won't play it all. That's just the Soviet national anthem for Donnie. If I played it, he'd probably have to get up and salute, so we wouldn't want to make him do that.
I learned a lot about weapons over the last 6 weeks.
He did learn a lot about weapons. He did. And if you heard him talk about, oh, thank you, Robin, for following me on Twitch. Appreciate it. And thank you, Mel, for working on the Instagram and the Twitch issue. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's a pain in the butt. I don't know what's going on Twitch. I apologize. That's not up. But yeah, if you've heard him, I think he asked how fast the bullet was going. I think I posted it on Twitter. But he's talking about, oh, yeah, it's going 3,000 miles an hour. And you can obviously tell he has absolutely no idea what he's talking about.
There's a big difference between different weapons. But they're coming in with very powerful weapons. And the police, you have a few policemen that are saying, wait a minute, we're totally outnumbered. Plus, they have guns that are, many times the power of what we carry. We don't carry rifles and machine guns and things like that.
No, they do. The police absolutely carry rifles. Does he not know what the fuck? Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Yeah, Don. 6 weeks learning about. Hold on. 6 weeks learning about weapons. What the fuck? Yeah. He must be an expert now. Got to be an expert. Let's listen.
Wielding around pretty freely and know how to use them.
Right, Derby? I mean, the police in this country, absolutely. I mean, if you've ever seen a police car where they have I believe it's an AR type platform strapped to the back of their fucking cage, right? I believe they also have a shotgun. They probably have other ammunition in the back. They absolutely carry these type of rifles. I mean, did he not see Uvalde? Did he not see I mean, is this guy living in a fucking different planet or what? Check Texas Paul show today. He checked in detail about Aurora, Colorado. Check it out. Come on, just play.
And this is affecting our schools because we want to talk about schools. And they're taking over schools. We have MS-13 gangs.
Yes, MS-13 gangs taking over schools. Woof. If you haven't seen that on the front pages, I don't know, what have you been living under a rock? You don't know about the MS-13 gangs taking over schools, social studies, gym class, MS-13 dodgeball. Hello, this is a problem, people. This needs to be fixed. Sorry, I missed somebody. Petrazi, thank you so much. Oh, this guy is disgusting. I can't wait till he's gone. Samesies. Samesies.
They're the toughest gangs, they say, in the world, probably are. I've got them.
Right, Odin. Hold on. I'm going to interrupt again. I'm sorry. Odin made a good point. And I think that was the point that I was trying to make. Way to go. Odin. Sorry if I lost it. It's Petrazi. Must have been just underneath it, maybe. I think Odin basically said they're over. They're over stocked with weapons and ammunition. They have more than they need with their fucking their tanks and their APCs and all the old military equipment that they like getting that they never ever use. Sorry, I lost it, but he's pretty much saying that they're they have too much shit, basically.
Out by the thousands. Obama couldn't get them out because the country wouldn't allow them to come back in. They were putting big airplanes on the runway, so you couldn't land the planes. They'd have to come back to the United States loaded up with these same people that they were supposed to take out. And I got them to take them by stopping aid, $750 million to different countries.
Such low energy. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I know we're not going to get to cover all this, thank God. But should we do it? This is just such a low energy. Let's see. Skip a little bit ahead.
And you're not taking them back. You're never getting any more money from the United States.
Who's
Sir,
that?
sir,
Arizona Sunflowers.
Back. We would love to have MS.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you always being here. Thank you for your contributions to this channel. Such a wonderful thing. You guys are just fantastic people. I can't wait to one day meet all of you somehow in person. We'll do like a Hal Sparks, Midas Touch, Boston Brian meetup. Somehow we'll make that work. Get it together. Fucking my team. Get on it. Not that I don't have a team. Mel does everything. Play.
13 back with us. We think they're such wonderful people. Anyway, they made it very easy for us to get them back, and we took them back by the thousands, and we took also a lot of others back. And then these clowns took over the country, and everything closed up. And by the way, they're paying them now $4 billion, I understand. Can you believe it?
The clowns he's referring to just managed somehow to come down and, make reduce inflation and make this country so it got back on track faster than any other developed nation in the world after COVID. Made sure that we got our jobs back, made sure the economy now is it's almost 50% more than what it was under Donald Trump, I think, possibly double, right? Am I not mistaken? The 40,000 mark around there. We might even be higher by the time the election rolls around. So I don't know what he's complaining about. I really don't know. I'm sure he doesn't either. He doesn't know either.
And they don't take them back. It's just so sad to see what happens. They're paying much more money than I was talking about. They raised it. They actually felt it was good to pay them more. They said, why? They said, economic development. It's not economic development. It's the development.
Right. All right. So again, what he's talking about are the problems that people are trying to fix within the countries that we do see problems with immigration, right? So in order don't put all your resources at the border. What you try to do is fix the problems in said countries, which would then limit the people wanting to immigrate from said countries to the United States because they would have a great life where they are. They wouldn't have a reason. So, and then he talks about, they want $7 billion just to talk, which is bullshit. What the guy said is it would cost this much to help these countries to make it so that the immigration is not as much as an issue as it is now. That's what he does no understanding of that. He's talking about an interview that he literally didn't watch and that somebody probably told him about, and he's mischaracterizing, misquoting. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Of a dictator because they keep the money. They're not doing any economic development. We have the dumbest people in history running our country. Okay? The dumbest in history. And we have to get these people. So we brought it back at all. But what's happening to our country is being poisoned, and your schools and your children are suffering greatly because they're going into the classrooms, they're taking the seats, and they don't even speak English. It's crazy. And we have our people that
a little more racism thrown in there, a little more, what do they call that? Bigotry, hatred for anybody that doesn't speak English. Why is it a problem that somebody is in the classroom that they don't speak English? That is usually supposed to be cared for, intended to, right? I think they take that into account. I think that's, I've had several students in my classrooms when I was little and growing up that did not speak English. We had people from Iraq and Afghanistan. We had people from all over the world, people from Jordan, people from all over that we've had. And what we do is we cater to them and we make sure that they have the correct resources that they need to make sure that they're learning at the same level that we are. It's not that fucking difficult. So to tear it one more time, he doesn't like people. What he's saying is he doesn't like people that don't speak English. I'm with you, Mel. I'm with you.
Suffering greatly because they're going into the classrooms, they're taking the seats, and they don't even speak English.
They're going into the classrooms, they're taking the seats, and they don't even speak English. Does it get any more xenophobic than that? Is that not a clear example of xenophobia? Is that not a clear example of bigotry and racism? Because a person is of a certain nationality and speaks a certain language, they don't deserve to have a spot in that classroom. They're taking a seat from a white kid. Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm getting out of this?
It's crazy. And we have our people that aren't going into a classroom. We have students that were there last year. They're not allowed into the school this year. They're not allowed.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
It's crazy. We have our veterans sleeping on the streets. And all
right, I'm done with this. Let's see if we can catch a couple clips of the Pennsylvania rally. That was just so low energy. I'm going to fall asleep on that one. I mean, if you're going to tell lies, at least fucking be energized. You got to at least give me something. Let's take a look at this prick. Now, I should warn you. I should warn you. This is it's going to be tough to watch if you ever seen a human penis this large with eyes, nose, and a mouth try to speak. It could be a little shocking. It can be shocking to see a human penis speak. So, if anybody needs to avert their eyes, if I should get a warning up here, fucking human penis speaking warning. I think that'd work.
Sound. This city is in my blood. It is in my bones. It is in my veins. Generations of my family are buried in the soil here in Johnstown, Pennsylvania.
Weird. Why would you start your fucking... Why are you starting off your speech with your dead family members in the graves? Just strange. Just strange.
Every summer growing up, there's nothing I look forward to more than coming up here to Johnstown with my grandma and my grandpa. For those of you who are older, they owned and operated a place called Foster Brothers.
Can't do it. Can't even look at him. Can't think about it. Can't look at him. See if we can find something else. I'm sorry. Can't do it with him. He's just a human penis spitting hatred. Literally all he is. That's literally all he is. Let's see here. What do we got? Vows to cut energy prices. Let's see here. They just have the whole thing, and I'll just cut into the middle of it. We only got a few minutes left. I'll just cut into the middle somewhere. See if that works.
Because we're celebrating our child's life. The child was buried because of Joe Biden and Comrade Harris. Would it be at all possible, sir, for you to be there? And I said, yeah, it's going to be real tough. I was really...
Oh, this is a good spot. What a good catch, Brian. Thank God. I'm going to rewind this just a little bit and we'll watch this part. This is where he's talking about, oh, he actually didn't want to go to the Arlington thing. He didn't really think it would fit into his fucking schedule, is what he's telling the family here, that, oh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him to get here. But this is where he tries to explain away his whole Arlington National Cemetery fiasco, where he's taking pictures in Section 60 and using that as propaganda for his campaign purposes. So let's take a
Our
look.
child's life. The child was buried because of Joe Biden and Comrade Harris. Would it be at all possible, sir, for you to
He's talking about what the family, he's trying to quote the family and what they said when they called him.
be there? And I said, it's going to be real tough. I was really like far away. And sometimes it's tough. But I said,
It is tough when you got a 757 with your name on it that you can take anywhere except the airports you don't pay, which is many of them. But I'm sure you can get somewhere close, my friend. You got a fucking 757, as shitty and as old as it is, it'll get you there, especially for this situation.
you know what, we have to do it. And I got my team and I said, let's go. We're going to Arlington Cemetery. Okay. I said, we're going to Arlington. Because again, I got to know these people. Because honestly, they would send me death certificates of their child. They said, sir, would you sign it? Please sign it. We refuse to accept his name on this death certificate. They said he killed our child.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. And if you did, your signature means absolutely nothing. Just to let you know.
And honestly, the incompetence killed their children. The incompetence, gross. And by the way,
no, ISIS-K killed their children. You know, the same people that you say you eliminated in total, you know, those people, the same people that were responsible for the Russian attack that we saw at the theater, that brutal one, the same people that have been responsible for many attacks since then, you know, ISIS, the people you say you eliminated, yeah, it's them that did it. And again, a military withdrawal of that size, of that magnitude, let me just reiterate, let me just make this basically, as we know, Donald Trump got us into the situation by releasing 5,000 Taliban members, agreeing with the Taliban to withdraw, which is why you had the ceasefire, basically, where he talks about the 18 months where not a soldier was killed. That's because he made the agreement to basically capitulate, and that's what we had to agree to. Joe Biden then adhered to that. I think he pushed it back a month or two, if I'm not mistaken, but then followed through in the orders that many presidents were not willing to do by removing United States forces in total from Afghanistan after 20 years, after trillions of dollars spent, after many lives lost, and nothing gained. Nothing gained. It was fucking useless. It was a money pit that was only making money for the weapons manufacturers and the big fucking players in there. All right. So when you have a military exit of that magnitude, where you're trying to not only destroy any equipment that you cannot take, which they did do, I remind you, they destroyed, they eliminated, they blew up, they disarmed, they took the chips out of fucking helicopters and whatever they had to leave behind to make sure that they could not fly again. This is what the United States military is good at. Okay, they made sure that the $85 billion number that you hear from Donald Trump, just to let you know, is a rough estimate of the total number spent on the Afghan, basically helping out the Afghan military, giving them resources and you know, helping them out with training and equipment and ammunition. The $7 billion that we did leave behind was supposed to be for the Afghan military to use to continue the fighting, but they ended up capitulating not thereafter. So what the fuck are we going to do? You know what I mean? We managed to get all of our soldiers out. We managed to get as many of the you know, citizens that we possibly could out. I mean, the amount of people taken out of that area in such a short amount of time is fucking remarkable. And to have the one incident that is pretty much uncontrollable, when you have nobody on the perimeter, right? When you're leaving, it's tough to control when you're leaving. That is, it's something that you cannot plan for. It's something that, you know what I mean? It's a tragedy. It's something that you wish obviously did not happen, but this is a military exit in a war zone. Things happen, and it's unfortunate. But to call it a tragedy, to call it a debacle, to call it a military failure or an embarrassment is just a total misrepresentation of the facts, and is a total misrepresentation of what the military was able to do in that situation. So just to let you know, it's a huge feat of excellence, in my opinion, by the United States military to conduct that exit in the way they did under the circumstances they did it in was fucking unbelievable to me. So you guys might have a different take on that, but that's my view of it.
They lost almost 500 people that day, including the other side. They left Americans behind. They're still there. Nobody knows even what happened to them. Think of this. They left $85 billion worth of brand new military equipment that I bought because I rebuilt the entire military. $85 billion.
Again, here you go with the number. I just told you exactly what the number means. So now you know, if you didn't know before, what he's talking about when he says it and why it's wrong when he says it.
Dollars worth of equipment behind. They left everything and they moved the military first instead of last. You say, you stupid people, you take the military out last for 18 months. And a lot of you know this.
Again, here we go. Already talked about it. 18 months because he capitulated, which was the whole deal. You don't kill any of our soldiers. We'll make sure to be out by this date. That's the whole fucking plan. And also, what a strategic genius this motherfucker is. Let's release 5,000 Taliban members, some of the fucking, some of the leaders of the Taliban. Let's release them just before we're going to withdraw. Let's make it that much more difficult for the United States military to conduct this withdrawal in a way that, no fucking mistakes happen and no tragedies happen. Mind you, I believe on the other side, they only released 2,000 Afghan prisoners. So we capitulated. We released 5,000 of their fucking soldiers and members to only 2,000 of Afghan prisoners. Set up a fucking date that was pretty much unachievable from the get-go. And then somehow Joe Biden, only pushing it, I think a month or two down the line, was able to coordinate and conduct this in a way that I think that we should all be proud of, to tell you the truth. But we should all also be sure to recognize the loss of life and the tragedy that did occur. I mean, it's war. That's what happens.
For 18 months, not one American, after I spoke to...
I don't think, you know what? I don't even think, let me take this out of here. I'm going to do this. Let's see if we can get, I'm going to do about 2 more minutes of this and then I'm out. I don't think we're in a good spot. Let's leave it in a good spot. Let's see if we can catch him. Let's laugh at him. Let's get some fucking laughs in here. Yeah, shut up.
Come up and say a few words. Dave McCormick, please. Come on up, Dave.
Oh, geez. Nope, I'm not doing it. I can't sit here and watch Donald Trump twist and turn and watch this guy's speech to fucking kick him off the stage. I'm not doing it. I'm back. We'll end it there. So we gotta try to make this so we can do it in 2 hours. That way if we do end up with 2 shows a week, we can make that work. So I got to get used to doing that. I try to cover too much. I try to give you guys as much information that I possibly can in the time that I'm allotted to do so. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. If you're watching or listening, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the stream and sharing it. Thank you to anybody that signed up on the Patreon. 3 different levels on there to meet whatever financial situation you might be in. If you're able to, thank you so much. If you're not able to, do not worry about it. There's a whole set of things that you can do for free. It's totally free. Subscribe, like, comment on the video, join the chat. Anytime you chat in there, the more you guys chat, the more you guys share, the more you guys subscribe, the more you guys send super chats and super thanks, the more YouTube sends this out to other people that may have not seen it beforehand. And that's exactly what we're here to do. I want to reach as many people as possible. Let's get to 10,000, guys. Let's get to 10,000. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. And I can only do it with your help. I can only do it with your support. I hope to see a lot more of you. And again, I hope to have some news. I want some news to tell you guys. I want some news. I'm waiting patiently or impatiently. But hopefully in the near future, we'll have something more concrete set up as far as show times. We can make it so we're in between everybody's show and you guys can go from one show to the other. I could toss to Hal. Hal could toss to me, whatever it may be. But let's go and thank everybody that did contribute to the channel today. A lot of people today. Oh, you guys are fucking really, really, really just generous. I really appreciate it. So let's start with LWD. Appreciate the 5 gifted. Anybody that did receive gifted memberships. 2 things. Make sure you thank the person who gifted you the membership. And if you do receive one, make sure that when that month, or I think it's a month if you give somebody a membership, if that expires, or if you're coming towards the end of it and you still find yourself watching every Sunday or whatever the show, whatever day we turn to, just think about re-upping on that membership. It's only $2 a month. Literally, you could go buy a Snickers right now and it would cost you $3.50. Half of that, half of a Snickers, people, please. And again, patreon.com/Boston Brian. We also have our Zooms coming up. Let me see here. Just before I go to thank everybody, let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see here. We got, here we go. Zooms coming up on the 4th, right? That's the monthly one. That's the general pop. And then on the 18th, we got our VIP Zoom, 8 p.m. Eastern. Always fun to talk to you guys face to face and just kind of talk about life. Again, no content hidden behind the scenes or anything like that you have to pay for. It's just us chatting, shooting the shit. Betsy, thank you so much for another 5. Tony TB, let's go. Hit that like button. I appreciate you. Berkeley, as always, fucking longtime friend on the interwebs. I appreciate you. Luis, always here. Congratulations on 7,000. He says, no, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Again, I'm not here for that specifically, but I know that's a huge part of gaining recognition on YouTube. I got to play the game, like, share, subscribe, Boston Brian from Blunt, that whole thing. I have to self-promote. I have to make this a business if I want to survive. If I want to make this a full-time gig, then that's what I have to do. I mean, you have to understand that people have to live. I have to make money to pay for equipment, rent, and, life in general. So I'm not here to grift or anything. I hope I give you as much enjoyment and pleasure and satisfaction as the money that you are so generous to donate, gives you. You know what I mean? I hope you get enough out of it. So thank you, Luis. I do appreciate you. Moms, always here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Colleen's in the house as usual with the $10 super sticker. Thank you. Sheldon, again, $10 super sticker. Love you, Brian. You're a sweetheart. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate you. You guys are all the best. I try to do my best with you guys. I try to, like I said, just be as informative and entertaining and keep it so you guys want to keep yourself educated on what's going on in politics and geopolitics. And that way you guys are more involved and more able to make the correct decisions on which way you want to vote and who you want to vote for and what you're voting for. So thank you, John. I appreciate you so much. Luis, again, hope this helps. Any plans on live streaming the debate between the criminal Trump and the prosecutor Kamala Harris? Thank you so much, Luis, for bringing that up. September 10th is the first debate scheduled between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So I will be live streaming that. As of right now, I will be on just live streaming. I'm probably no interruptions. I'm not going to be I'll give my say afterwards. Or in any intermissions or any breaks or any commercials like that. But I like to just let it play. I'm not going to sit there and give my opinion on while they're doing it, basically. So if you want to come and hang out in the chat and you guys can discuss what's going on and what's being said as you normally do, that would be fucking fantastic. Let's go to over 1,000 people. I want to see over 1,000 people watching this live. That's the goal. That's the goal. As long as we get over that, I feel like we're doing good. We're close to it now, so I'm not going to complain. Marsha, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Oh, that's 10. Is that pounds? I always get it mixed up. Euro or pounds? I always get it mixed up. Andrea, thank you so much. Hey, everyone, I'm nearly listening. I'm nearly always listening, even if not chatting. I love y'all. Rock on, Brian. Right back at you. I appreciate you so much. Listening is just as good as watching. I appreciate anybody that watches this or consumes this, however you do it, TV, phone, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, however you do it. I appreciate it. Edward, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Sheldon, back at it. A show in between Hal would be perfect. I agree. Cool Breeze, which I could do with right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being a member for 2 months. Deanne here for 5 months. Another big happy birthday to Deanne. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. What do we got here from Sally? Boston Brian, hanging out with you is the sophisticated upgrade of me hanging out with my bro when we were kids, laughing at the ridiculousness. The stakes are much higher now, though. I appreciate you. Oh, man. What a good comment. I appreciate that so much. To be in any way associated with the feeling you get from being with family, and not only with being from family, but having a good time with your family, the memories you have with that, and just that's what I want you guys to feel like. Like you're just coming to hang out, we're chatting, we're laughing, we're having a good time, but about serious subjects that we need to really pay attention to. That's my reasoning for being here. I started to call out Donald Trump and the Republicans and their bullshit, and I'm going to be here until I feel like this country is where we need it to be. And I feel like that, unfortunately, could be a while, but that means you'll be seeing my face for a while. And if I don't need to be here, for some reason, the politics in this country change so significantly that we have everything that we need, then you guys will be watching me golf. I will turn this right into a golf channel or a tennis channel or something that I love and enjoy that you guys can watch me do, that we don't have to focus on politics and geopolitics every moment of every day and to be afraid and scared and nervous about what's going to happen. I can't wait till we get to that moment. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you again, Sally. Thank you so much. LWD, thank you. $20. Thank you. You guys are fucking so great. Brian, you have a family and a job. You're so nice. I can't catch many lives. Just don't worry about LWD. Don't worry about it. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Again, like I said, if you're watching this a week later, a day later, it's fine with me. Fine with me. Like I said, I don't put any pressure on you guys. If you want to be here, I love it. If you don't, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that. I'm not naive enough to believe that I'm somehow going to appeal to everybody. But if I do appeal to you, thank you, brothers, sisters. That's what we are. I'll watch you anytime. Thank you, Graham. I appreciate you, and I will support you and appreciate your viewership anytime you are here. Slacks coming in with the big $20. Why? That'll be $1.25, Governor. Thank you, Slacks. Appreciate you. Deanne, again, happy birthday. You want another one? I get you. You deserve it. You deserve it. Here we go. Hold on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Deanne. I hope you have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for being here and spending your days, your birthday, with us in the chat with Boston Brian, myself at Blunt Politics. I appreciate it. And that is so cringy, calling myself Boston Brian. Can't believe I just did that. I hate it. I cannot stand it. Anyway, thank you, Cinnamon, for the 5 gifted. Again, I love your profile pic there. It's fucking fantastic. Love it. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Make sure everybody thanks Cinnamon for the 5 gifted if you got one. JD with a little donation on behalf of Flowers for Boo and the Other Day Crybaby Trolls. Let's go. Let's see here. Cover Me 2011 says DNA proves Sean's dad is Michael Tell Patty's first husband. I have no freaking idea what that means. Well, that's all right. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5. I do appreciate it. I'm sure it means something to somebody in the chat that was being discussed, but no idea. Oh my God, Brian, you should be find the old clip of Trump saying he can't get a lot of followers on social media because the websites explode. Let's see, Josh, you deserve it. You deserve it. Trump websites explode. That should bring it up, right? That should bring it up on a video. Let's see here. It's bizarre. We're actually trying to change. The former president trying to change the narrative around a shifting on the motion stance. Donald Trump bonfires explode. Let's see it. I see the trees exploding. I see this one. I see this one. Get out of the way. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
When trees fall down after a short period of time, about 18 months, they become very dry. They become really like a matchstick. And they get up, there's no more water pouring through. And they become very, very, they just explode. They can explode. The Biden border will, well, you know this, right? shifting production to Thailand. Welcome to our country from the Congo.
You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.
It is a profound honor to be the beautiful new stadium, to be here with you.
Sorry, I couldn't pull it up in time, Josh. I tried to give you one though. A little something for you. I appreciate you and your support. Thank you so much for the $10. You guys are fucking great. Kathy, the Wicked Witch is melting. He is melting. Raymond coming in with the $5. Keep up the honest reporting. I will try my best. And again, it's so hard because I love to jot down like notes during the week of stories that have happened. And then by the time Sunday morning comes around, I kind of compare it to Hal and his jokes. You know how he just kind of, you know, he improvises now. He just goes up and whatever's on his mind now, because the same thing happened when he was in Boston and Trump, the whole situation with Trump in Pennsylvania happened. And it was like, you know, every joke he wrote during the week, or, you know, if you were to write a joke all, you know, during the week, you just crumple them up and throw them away, because the whole news cycle changes. Everything changes about the stories and the way you have to report it. You know what I mean? So I kind of just wait till Sunday morning, really. And then I will kind of recap, because even, you know, something happens on Tuesday, the story changes on Thursday. By the time it's Saturday, it's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It really is. So I try to give you the most up-to-date reporting that I could find. And again, I don't get everything right. I don't even come close to being perfect. I'm not going to explain everything perfectly. The words that I don't have the best words. I don't have these.
I know words. I have the best words.
I don't have those. I do my best with what I got. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, what did I do on the other show? I was calling Fonnie Willis. I was talking about the wrong judge the whole time, and thank God the chat caught me. You guys are always keeping me in line. So again, like I said, I'm not perfect, but who is? You know what I mean? So thank you, Raymond. I appreciate it very much. Red Kites and Rainbows became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for being a member. Al became a member. Bethany is a new member. Look at all these new members joining up. Let's go. Alvin's been a member for 2 months. JD's gifting more memberships. Kathy's back at it. How many steps away is Putin from the balcony? I think Putin's balconies are like 40 feet high, right? That's what I would guess. I think he's got really high balconies. Wait, he said immigrants aren't coming from these countries. Then he said, yeah, he has absolutely no idea what he's saying, Josh. Thank you again for another contribution. Colleen, UGH Beyond Comprehension. I cared for more sane folks in a cycle. Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate you so much. Lisa with the super sticker. Petrazi coming in. Oh, this guy is so disgusting. I can't wait till he's gone. I think everybody in the chat shares that same sentiment. Arizona Sunflowers, thank you so much. Robin gifting memberships like a saint. Lakeisha, next week I'm starting my first video series. Oh, what's that? Is that something I can check out? Throw that in the chat, Lakeisha, if you can. Or if, you know, when it starts and if you get a link or whatever, I'd be more than happy to check that out. I love checking out and supporting new creators and stuff. I want to, like I said, I want to help if I ever get into position to. Right now, I'm not in any position to help anybody. I can barely help myself because I'm just starting. You know what I mean? 27 episodes. It sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, I plan to be here for a long time. So we're really in the baby episodes. I mean, if you saw my setup here, I ain't working on anything professional. Well, that light's professional, but other than that, check it out. Check this thing out. Little fucking clicker and everything. I can go to the different modes. What mode do I like? Oh, that one's not bad. That one's not bad. I can make it less bright, more bright. We can go dark. I don't want to go dark. Let's go. We'll go that one. We'll go that one. Looking good. So this is all thanks to you guys. Really, this extra screen that I have, the laptop. Thank you to Adam. Thank you to Carl. The Stream Deck. The extra microphone that I have in case somebody comes, the 27 fucking lights that I have to light up this fucking green screen that I got tucked into the corner of my living room. But it's all because of you guys. It really is. It really is. And I am so appreciative. I really am. Daphne, thank you for the 5 gifted. Slack's coming back in again. He was so close by. He was scheduled to speak at Hung Kao's event. 18 people at a Vietnamese restaurant just up the road from Arlington. Man. One of these days, I'm so mad at myself too, guys. I am so mad at myself. How did I not know that Tim Walsh and JD Vance were coming to Boston? How did Midas Touch not send me a microphone and send me to that event? Oh, I don't know. How I miss things like that. I get so wrapped up in other things and trying to get the show together. It's just, I miss it. Some things I miss. So, which is why you guys have to keep me in check. But it would have been pretty cool to get to that event and check that out. Patrick, thanks, Brian. Great show. Thanks, mods. You guys are the best. The mods are the best, literally the best mods in the game right here. And, wherever they mod, they take their skills and they're let's see, what do you call them? What would you call them? They're very generous, they're very caring, right? And they give their time to literally read the chat to make sure that everybody's having a safe a positive interaction in the chat. So which means they don't actually get to watch the show like everybody else does, but they still spend their time here. So big shout out to the mods. I appreciate you guys. I think you guys are in line for some sort of gift. I think that's in the works. I think we'll have to show our little support and appreciation to the mods coming up. Miles, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Stone Flower Dragon for the super sticker. Lakeisha back at it. Thanks, Brian. I can't wait to start my video series. America, can we talk on Friday? Whenever you email me, it's bostonbrianmtn@gmail.com. Again, I'm a guy, so bear with me. I'm not great. Between fucking Patreon DMs, Instagram DMs, fucking Twitter DMs, fucking there's a million my emails, the Boston Brian emails, trying to do work. It's like it's a lot to try to keep up with. So if I miss emails, I do apologize. It's not on purpose. It really is not on purpose. But yes, you just shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to help or support or whatever I need to do. Thank you, Betsy, so much. Maria, thank you for becoming a new member. Beth, thank you for the super stick. Carl, let's go. Good to see you, brother. Good to fucking see you. Let's go, Carl. Mel says, me too. Move already. I'm trying, babe. I'm trying. I really am. I'll send a text today because my patience is just about run the fuck out. Mel. Support Andy Kim Senate in New Jersey. He was congressman in the blue suit cleaning up after J6 insurrectionists. So anybody in that area, Andy Kim for Senate in New Jersey. Thank you, Sally, for bringing that to our attention. Sherry in a Taris. Whoa, huge protesters in Tel Aviv. Fire in the streets, clash with police. Let's see here. I know Israel reported that they found hostages, the bodies of hostages. Let's see here. Let me see if I can share this tab instead. We'll end on a little news. Don't worry, I won't forget anybody that I'm ended on Sherry, so I won't forget you. Let me see if I put this for just a second. Sorry, let me take this off, Sherry. Make it a little bigger for you guys. This was just an hour ago. Hundreds of thousands gather in Tel Aviv in mass protests demanding an immediate hostage deal before more hostages are killed by Hamas. Protesters blocked the entrance to Jerusalem Sunday evening as they marched through the streets of Tel Aviv carrying coffins, protesting the abandonment of the hostages after the IDF confirmed that the bodies of 6 hostages had been retrieved from Gaza. The protesting mass has since shifted to Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, with police managing to clear the entrance to Jerusalem after more than 2 hours of blockages. According to the Hostage Family Forum, 300,000 people have gathered in Tel Aviv in a mass protest demanding an immediate hostage deal before more hostages are killed. Let's see here. 15 protesters have since been arrested. The women's protest for the hostages blocked by Ayalon Highway on Sunday evening held huge protests of hostages. Protesters had set bonfires ablaze on the Ayalon Highway. N12 reported some of the photos from it. Why is it taking me to a whole nother website? Don't want that. This is protesters continue the Frahana Junction on the Highway 4, calling for a deal now. So, yeah, obviously, people getting a little fed up, I think. People are getting a little fed up, and that goes for, as we've discussed here on this channel, both sides. Right? Getting a little fucking fed up. This has gone on far too long, and I'm not going to end on a bad note by bad mouthing everybody, but let's just say that as happy as we are about our situation in politics right now, there are still absolutely things that we need to call out, and there's still absolutely things that we need to criticize and look at as failures, because positive things have come from the Biden-Harris administration and negative things have come, and it's important for us to cover all things consistently. So I appreciate you, Carl. Which one did I go to this? I went to this one. Sherry's next. And then Arizona Sunflower's been here for a month. Thank you so much. Rocks! Let's go. Love you, lobsters. Jerry, as always, appreciate you, Jerry. Thank you so much. Robin B. Did you get the TikTok I sent you on X, a Vietnam vet? I wish you could play it. Trump is still suing Michigan to prevent disabled vets to vote. Well, since I am trying to be accommodating, let's see if I can go to my TikTok. Haven't had a chance. That's another thing. I haven't had a chance to do TikToks either. There's just so much going on. Did you message it? I'm assuming you messaged it. So what I'm going to do is see if I can somehow find it in my... How do I do that? I don't think I've ever been on TikTok on a computer. Oh, maybe this. Bear with me. I'm trying to find a vidya. Okay, let's see here. Gabriella, Boston Bryant, and Boston Smalls. Nanya. How long ago was it? Let's see here. These even mess. Oh, there, right here. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Those are notifications. Them's be notifications. Come on. Today, Junior. Today. Just looking at a black screen at this moment in time. Any day now? Oh, here we go. Let's see here. I'm looking for Robin's TikTok. Let me see. How long ago was it, Robin? I'm determined now. I'm into it. I'm determined. Can't be this long ago. It's Midas Robin. Harry Smurf. Doesn't look like I got it. There's Teresa Roberts. Rock Goddess. Jess Nichols. These are all really old. Thunder of God. Cleveland Girl. Do you have a different name on there? Am I missing it? Anyway. I'll find it and see if I can play it the night that we cover the debate. How about that? Send it to me again, and then I'll play it the night on the debate. We'll do that. Appreciate you, Robin. Thank you, by the way, for your support. And rounding it out is Hinda. Thank you. Israel found the bodies of 6 hostages. One of them was an Israeli American, right? The boy. There, let me see. Make sure I get his name right. Oh, no, I don't want a video. That is not what I want. So I'm going to go back. Just want to make sure I get his name right. You guys might already have it in the chat. Let's see. This will tell me right here. Of course, somehow I always find it to end it on a negative. All right, families of Hirsch Goldberg Poland, I believe was the gentleman's name here. I'll share this. Oh, you are looking at it. Are you looking at it? No, you're not looking at it. Hold on. So these are the 6 individuals' names here. This, I believe, is the American soldier. I mean, the American citizen. So, yep, sad all the way around. The way this has been handled by all sides involved is atrocious, in my opinion, and needs some serious looking after. But to the, 60-something people that gifted, to the 800 people that are still watching, thank you guys so much. Again, next week, let me see if it's in there, Mel. Might be in there by now. Have you tried to see if I can get a graphic for you? Let me see if I can get a graphic, because Mel works hard on these things, and I like to display her abilities as a graphic designer. I still don't see it in there. I don't know why. Mel. I don't know. Am I doing something wrong? Is it? Oh, maybe it's not an maybe it's not saved as the correct thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you have to make it an MP3 or 4 or whatever the hell that thing is. But yeah, next week. So we're going to be a couple hours earlier, 11 a.m. Eastern, just for the time being. I know it's early for you guys. Maybe get up on the West Coast, have a cup of coffee with me, get your breakfast in, whatever you guys want to do that early in the morning. Maybe you're working out. Let's see. Oh, we got more. See how? What's going on? What's up? How are you? Another long time, I don't know, acquaintance, friend on the interwebs, always around Democratic, progressive, left-leaning channels and helping them out. So thank you, Siha. Jerry coming in again with the Slava Ukraine. Where is he? There he is. Looking for Volodymyr. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I mean, the job he's done in this is fantastic. I know it gets overshadowed by a lot of the other smaller news, but I give him credit, man. I give him credit. This is supposed to be a 72-hour operation by Russia. 72-hour operation by Russia. Unfucking believable. But yes, all right. So thank you so much, the mods. I hope that's okay with the mods. I know I feel bad that I changed the time and I didn't get to talk to you guys, but I had to do it. I mean, football's coming, so I had to make a change. And this is just temporary, like I said. So if some of the mods can't be there, I know Turpy, you're in, you got the weird time zones going. So if it's something that's not possible for you guys, don't sweat it. I love you guys. I would never, ever fault you for not being here or not being able to get here. You have other stuff to do. I totally understand. So don't worry about it. Again, Blunt Politics. I'm Boston Brian. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, keep fighting, keep kicking ass, stay involved, get other people involved. All right, Mel says they're in the drive. Let me see here. I'm going to try. I'll do the video. I'll see if I can get the video because I'm sure that worked. It's just that picture I can't get. All right, so that's loading. But I go to the overlay and it's not in my choices here to pick the graphic. That's all. Just not. Yeah, I see the Patreon, zooms, thumbnails here. Just not that one. So I'll give it a second. I know maybe it's in. What if I do? Maybe it's in the logo? No, it wouldn't be in that. No, it's not in there. I don't know why. Thumbnails. Oh, what's this one? Nope, that's not it. That's for the postcard party. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there. Like I said, we'll be on again next week, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific for you West Coasters. It's on the Google. It's on the Google? What's that mean? It's on the Google Drive. No, I know, but when I pull this up, basically I just hit the add button. It pulls up anything in the drive that I'm able to, put on as an overlay or put on as a graphic. Let me do this. I go into Drive. Maybe I got to save it again. I know this is just the riveting content you guys came for. Just seat of your pants. Never know what's going to happen next. Now the drive won't open. Things are going good. Things are going good. Things are happening. Things are happening. New time graphic and new exit video are in the drive. I understand. I get you. I know what you're saying. I just can't see them. And now it's taking forever for the drive to open. Is it over here? No. It's not. Oh, my Lanta. Listen, I'm fighting through this. There's no way I'm losing to the drive. I'm not losing to the drive. I'm committed. It just won't open. Why? This could be the reason, Carl says. Not sure why this name is attached to my membership. Weird. he's got a different name attached to his membership. It's always good. All right, I'm double clicking it. Where is it? I don't know, guys. Not happening. Drive's not coming up. Maybe there's something going on with the I don't know, something. No idea. Everything else is in there. The thumbnail you loaded today is in there. The shirt thing is in there. Look at these things. I love these. Oops, somebody just came in or out. Something just unconnected or connected. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, Mel. I'm either doing something wrong or check this out. Look at this. Look at that. Stop Project 2025. Vote blue. Keep calm and Kamala on. I mean, is there a better fucking shirt on the market right now? I'm sorry. For a fucking platform that has 7,000 subscribers, right? Just the two of us, just me and Mel, just Mel's design, my ideas, her fucking skills. I mean, tell me that's not just a fucking unbelievable shirt. God, I love the Keep Calm and Kamala. It's just a good shirt. People know exactly where you stand when you wear it. Of course, the Stop Project 2025 is fucking important, but the Kamala on, let's go. I think that's fucking fantastic. All right, I'm going to try one more try, Mel, right? I'm looking there one more time. See if it's in there. And I don't see it. Well, that's all right, because I think it's in the exit, if I'm not mistaken. If not, but I'll see you guys next week. I love you guys. Like I said, keep fighting, keep kicking ass, right? That's what we do here. We kick ass, take names, inform, entertain. It's a podcast, right? We have fun. Let's have fun with it. Let's make this somewhat enjoyable. That's what I'm here for. So I'll see you next week. I love you guys. Keep fighting, keep kicking ass, keep getting people involved, keep signing people up to vote. Make sure you're talking to people out and about, your friends, family, coworkers. Make sure they're in the right space. Make sure they're in the right headspace. Make sure they're watching the right stuff. Make sure they're not watching Fox News and that shit. Right? So let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck, now I don't know which new exit it is. Do you, Mel? I see you just popped in. She's gonna try to make me look like an idiot and do it in 2 seconds, I guarantee it. Go ahead, try to are you able to actually? I'll look again. I shall look again. It's not there, no. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I don't see it, Captain. Anyways, I'll be I think it's this one, but now there's two new exits that are the exact same time and say 7:27. So that's kind of freaking me out. Hopefully this is the right one. Love you guys. See you next week. So I'm so scared that this is not the right one, Mel. I don't think that was the right one. I had a 50-50 shot, and I fucked it up. Okay. It's got to be this one, then. I'll see you later. What the fuck? Why am I back? Fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on here? Oh man. Lucky I don't start getting naked right after the show. I am just fucking terrible at this. Terrible at this. Where'd it go? Now it's gone. You took it out? Somebody took it out. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. Mel's, what are you doing, Mel? What's happening? I'm back. I'm back. Oh, well, can't try it again. Can't join house. Why not? Are you having an issue with it? Let me know. More than happy to help you out with that. More than happy to help you out with that. Yeah, Mel, so I guess I'm just going to sit here and talk until something happens. I don't know. I'm waiting for an exit because all I have is a new opening and this. And I'm certainly not doing the news of the week right now. So I'm just, all right, Blue. All right, Blue, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'll keep it going. Just, see what happens when you fuck up? See what happens when you have no idea what you're doing? People are just generous and they love you and they show support. Thank you, LWD. Mel, help. Anybody? Somebody, please. Message me. Text me. Help. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Mel, help.
Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable, I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch.
I see a graphic. The graphic's working. The graphic is in business. All right, so as you can see, new time starting up. Ooh, beautiful graphic, Mel. Good job on that one. That's a fucking looker. I like that one. All right, so that's the graphic. We got that down pat. Mel's making me look bad because I have no idea what I'm doing. She obviously does. Next is going to be the exit video because I have to leave. This is what happens when you piss me off. What? Did I say that? How did I say that? Oh, Mel, wait, is that you commenting? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't know if you can hear me or see me. I don't think you can see me. I'm pretty sure Mel just commented under my name. I'm just living the life right now, loving it, living the dream. Not a fucking clue in the world what I'm doing. Hey, how you doing? I'm back. Can I please get an exit video? Please, for the love of Christ, help. Is there an SOS button on StreamYard? So how about the weather out there? It's looking weathery. Don't forget to bundle down or up or have a good night or day, depending on how long to stay here. Check my DMs. In what, Robin? What platform am I checking my DMs? TikTok DMs, Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs, Patreon DMs, Discord DMs. Too many DMs. All right. So let me see. Did you send me another one? I'll refresh this. Maybe it's TikTok. Maybe this is good. Maybe we'll find Robin's message. We can play the video. We'll get it going. I know in 2 seconds this video is going to pop up and I'm just going to get cut off. That's all right. Doing a little refresh. If you're just joining us now, I am stuck live on stream with you guys. I have no way to exit or leave. If I do, you'll be looking at a chair. So I'm going to try to fill time, I guess, which I could do because, like I said, most of the shows are fucking 5 hours long. Now I'm just probably missing the comment where Robin is telling me where I'm not capable of checking DMs. That's not me commenting. Oh, Twitter DMs. All right, I got you. All right, let me check those. I got you. Let me check those. And do it on stream. Might as well. What else do I got to do? Oh, sugar. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, honey, honey. All right, I got stuff from George. Why? I got nothing. I got nothing. Nothing from Robin, at least. Sorry, Robin. I don't know. Notifications? You were my candy girl. I wish I could play music, but fucking YouTube sucks like that, right? You can't play music. And you got me watching you. Is that the words? Is that the words? You know who I really think would like that? I think if Benny Loco was here, she would enjoy that little. Oh, honey, honey. You were my candy girl, and you got me watching you. Is that how it goes? Probably singing the wrong words. Wanting you? Fuck. I knew it. Close. Something like that. Slippy, Slappy, Swanson, Samsonite. You were way off. And we had just still. Why? I don't want that. Why? Get that. What is this? Stop putting stuff on screen. Who is doing this? I'm so confused. This is not me. Mel, you're freaking me out if this is you. Because why wouldn't it just be your name? Why is it my name typing? Can I use that as music, Brian? Yeah, use it. I'm watching and wanting. I was doing both. Check once more. I will, Robin. I got you. I got you. Oh, here we go. I got you, Robin. Let's see. Share this tab instead. Take this off. All right, Mel, don't do the exit yet. I'm going to play this video for a sec, okay? If it pops up. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go to Robin. I'm going to go to share this tab. I'm going to do this. That's not the background I want, but we're trying. That's more of the background I want right there. And then we're going to do this. Make it a little bigger for you.
Because that is what I have to say this morning, because my insides are just boiling. Most of you know that I took my 7th trip to Washington, D.C. in July to visit the wall. My second stop on that trip is always Arlington National Cemetery, because that is where heroes are laid to rest. I wake up this morning and I find that the giggling gonad, Petey the Pimp, the Duke of Dysentery, was at Arlington to honor the slain in Afghanistan. I can't even tell you how sick that makes me to my stomach. The person who took 5 deferments for bone spurs, standing at the grave of heroes to make a point. He did this because all of a sudden he knew that he stepped on his dick when he was talking about the Medal of Honor being the same as the Presidential Medal of Freedom. We know that was bullshit. But here's something maybe you don't know. That Donald Trump currently at this moment is suing the VA in Michigan. Why? Because the VA in Michigan wants to open up polling places to make it easier for veterans to vote. Because of all the gerrymandering and the redlining that has gone on in the state of Michigan, Trump doesn't want that. So he's suing the VA of Michigan. All this bullshit about how much he loves and appreciates soldiers and their service is all bullshit. Straight up Bullshit. This cannot stand. This cannot stand. This disrespect of people who have served this country and put their lives on the line, this cannot stand.
Fuck. That was a good fucking rant, and I was fucking muted. You motherfucker. So, what I was saying, great ending to this one. This is one for the books. We're gonna have to jot this one down in the notes. We're gonna bring this one back up in a couple of years and laugh at this one. What I was saying before I was so rudely muted was that this is the level of disrespect that this man has. Not only is it affecting left-leaning veterans and military service members, but it's also directly infecting people that found themselves under Donald Trump's spell, military veterans and service members that found themselves supporting Donald Trump. This has finally struck a chord with those people. And what I was saying is you add this level of disrespect to what he was saying about people and soldiers in this country that were caught and captured. And then he doesn't like people that were caught and captured, that he does respect people more that weren't captured. And the disrespect he had and the denigration he had for John McCain and the injuries he incurred in war, in combat. The disrespect he showed calling them losers and suckers, World War I veterans. Add that to this, and this is easily the most egregious, most disrespectful act, especially as much as it pains me to say from a former president of the United States of America. So that was like half as good as the rant I just did while I was muted. So anyways, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm going to play the old ending. I can't sit here all fucking day. I really can't. I love you guys very much. I'm sorry for the ending here. I really am. I really am. Sorry, mods. I don't mean to keep you. I'm trying. I really am. Thank you guys for everybody that supported. Did I miss anybody? Let's see here. JD came in again with another one. Bonus sympathy. Thank you so much, JD. Appreciate you guys so much. Remember, patreon.com/BostonBrian. Get them shirts. MyShopify.com. head over there, pick up some fucking fantastic gear to represent not only for the debate, for the upcoming election, so people know where you stand. Please head over there. It helps us so much. Again, anything Ukraine related, all the profits, anything above and beyond what the shirts or the sweatshirts or the hoodies cost goes straight to United 24, which is Volodymyr Zelensky's fund. Also, the Shopify, I believe my Shopify also donates $1 for every t-shirt sold to United 24. So you're also helping out a good cause, not just myself. There's a channel. You can become a channel member. Hit the join button just below me, please. For, like I said, half a Snickers. It's a half a Snickers for a month. Like I said, take $10 a month, right? Pick 5 creators that you love and support and enjoy watching, and just use that $10 all around. Like I said, I'm not being greedy. I know you guys support other channels. I know we're all here to comfort and love everybody as a family, and to make sure that we know everybody has a safe space to come to when they come to our streams like this. So I appreciate you guys. I do love you guys. I'm sorry about the exit. I am fucking out.
You know what her last name is? Nobody has any idea what it is. Harris. It's like Harris. You know, he wanted to debate. If we didn't have a debate, he'd still be there. Can you imagine? If we didn't have a debate. Why the hell did I debate him?
I just landed in a really beautiful place, Montana. So beautiful flying over, and you just look down, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But we have a very high rating in Montana. We have a lot of population.
We are a nation that just recently heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will repeat your. All I know about magnets is this: we've endorsed JP, right? JD Mandel, and he's doing great. Venezuela. Did you just see Maduro? Venezuela. Our army manned the air. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do. Vagina. Yesterday, the hard word for me.